fun record, and then we can listen to it if you like.
Okay.
So, how was your day so far?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
I don't know.
Those responses aren't always the best on a podcast.
Oh my God.
How are you doing? Oh, hey, how was the project? It was good.
Good. Very good. Very good.
Very
Oh
good.
my gosh. I answered one of my questions like that with my professor online. He asked me, what did he ask me? How was your other class? Did you learn about MTSS, which is like, it's something to do with special ed? And I was like, oh yeah, it's good. And he just looked at me and I was like, oh my gosh, was I supposed to elaborate my math? I felt like an idiot. I was like, no.
That happens to me all the time because
gosh.
sometimes I talk too much in class and I share too much.
Mm-hmm. That's good though.
I mean, it's good because it makes everybody feel more comfortable.
Yes.
And usually in classes where I get like that, everybody kind of becomes friends.
See, that's
Because
good.
everybody gets to open up, and
Yes.
usually I'm usually the first person to open up.
That's good.
And be like, hey, professor, I have a question. This chapter. And I was like, well, yesterday I was talking to Billy, and Billy said this, you know. And usually that's when the classes start to open up, and I really love a good professor that's willing to like just discuss
Yes.
about everything.
Yes.
And be super open to debate. So we're to the
Yes.
point where they'll like, especially like history, because history is like really
That's
one of those
boring.
cool classes where you can debate.
Yeah.
So it's not like math or English. It's like
No.
English, depending on the subject with English. Like if it's a social justice topic,
Oh yes.
you can kind of debate all you want. But with, oh man, I got a little congested.
COVID. I'm just
What's
kidding.
COVID? This fucking teapot melting plastic always gets to my sinuses.
Can't even smell it, dude.
Yeah. So, see how that sounds. Can you talk?
Huh? Yeah. I'm talking. Hello.
Okay.
Do I sound okay?
You sound fine, but it was just like I couldn't hear you because these mics are so well made.
Oh, okay.
What I could do is I could lower.
No, don't lower yourself. dude.
No, it would be the input,
Oh, and you. Okay.
the output. So it'll still hear me well.
Do I need to get closer?
No. It's because of the headphones. These are a little higher
Oh,
end.
okay.
So it's muting. It's almost like it's making it difficult to hear you through the microphones or through the headphones.
Oh, got you.
But if I lowered the volume a little bit, so my voice isn't so loud, reverberating into my head. So maybe I should
Oh,
be able to hear you
okay.
better.
Gotcha.
So how are the boys?
Oh, they're great. Actually, Owen had strep throat, so he was home all week, loving his life. But Aiden went to school, and he was really mad because he had to go to school.
Does he had to go to
be,
school?
Yeah, he wanted to stay home and be sick.
He doesn't like school now? He doesn't like school
No, he
right
likes school, but he was like, that's not fair. Owen has to stay home. And I was like, yeah. But he was excited to walk by himself because he has to like drop his brother off in class, tell him to have a good day and to be positive because I can't go on campus because of stupid COVID. So he drops him off and then he has to walk to his class. But Aiden likes the shortcuts everywhere. Sorry, I won't do that. So he was like, yes, I gotta walk by myself. I'm gonna get to class on time. And da-da-da. And I'm like, you're a jerk.
So wait, who likes the shortcuts?
Aiden.
Aiden likes the shortcuts?
Yes.
And Owen likes to follow the rules?
Yeah, Owen's just like, I'm gonna walk, and he'll just keep walking into wherever he wants to go, wherever he lands or he ends up.
Zen.
He
That kid
really
is so
is.
zen.
He really is. Oh my gosh, he's like, whatever, who cares?
Wow, you got lucky. You're like gifted, beautiful children.
Oh, thank you. They're little turds, but
Yeah, they're turds to you, but to the whole world, they're like, wow. Especially as like an uncle, I see Owen and Aiden.
Yeah.
Owen's just like this kid who's
The
like
hippie.
this spark of he's such an individual.
oh yeah,
He's so himself. Same with
Oh,
Aiden. Aiden's so kind of unique in terms of like how he carries himself, how he
Oh,
like
yeah.
goes through conversations, how he like
so weird, huh?
it's they're so different.
Yeah, oh my god, they are.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
And I mean, I love them both. Aiden's got this, like, he kind of likes to do his own thing. And he's really smart.
Yeah, he's 8 going on like 40.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
I was going to ask some financial advice last time I saw it.
Right, me too. I'm like, son,
Was
what
he-
should I invest in?
You're like, how do I get my credit up, you know? He's like, you got to invest in dinosaurs. They're coming
That's
back.
the key, dinosaurs. Oh my gosh. That is so true. Yeah, Aiden is, oh my gosh. He's the one that's like, okay, mom, you said we have to brush our teeth every morning, every night. Okay, let's brush our teeth. I have to go to bed about 8:30 because I need 10 hours of sleep. I'm like, okay.
Dang.
I was like, I need to be you, dude.
He's like, I gotta get up early. I need to put my cream on my joints to keep the arthritis away. And you're like, what do you mean you're
Exactly.
6? And he's like, Mom, I was
Exactly.
listening to a podcast and Joe Rogan was talking about how you need to get more vitamin D. So maybe we can go next to Walgreens later and get some vitamin
Oh
D
my
medicate
gosh,
or
dude.
vitamins.
That is him. He actually, because he gets like, he has like a little temper. When he gets mad, he just kind of like lashes out. So the other day he said he watched, I don't know if you know him, Darman Studios.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure it's good if you're like 6.
So he's like, Mom, I was watching this video from Darman and he was talking about controlling your anger. And he said the steps and I'm like, what the heck?
He's
Can
like
I
takes
watch
out
it?
a notepad. It's the leather bound and shit.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yellow legal pad. And he's got like scribbles on there and like favorite colors. And he's got like it's all listed and shit. And he looks at it and he
Let me
goes, "So
see."
Darman said we must compose ourselves amongst others. If we let others control our emotions, they control us."
Oh my gosh.
And then after that, I
Oh,
was
yes.
listening to Alan Watts, and Alan Watts was talking about, you're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. This kid's smarter than I am.
Right? I'm like, dude, you're living life.
And then
Take
you got
advice from you.
tiny Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then you have Dennis the Menace is the other one.
Yes. Oh man, but Owen is just like, he's just, I don't know, like he's just so free spirited and so, like, I don't know, I live life through both of them. Like, it's interesting because Aiden keeps me on track, but Owen's like, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Don't forget to have fun. And it's like, oh shoot, that's true.
Well, hopefully they'll rub off on each other, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or Aiden will learn to have a little bit of fun.
Yes.
And Owen will learn how to be a little more organized.
Yes. Oh yes.
It's
I
almost
think-
like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost unreal, right?
Yes.
Where it's like, in a TV show, they're like, one kid's smart with like glasses and a little fucking a bow
That's
tie,
so
and he's just like got suspenders. He's like a Sheldon from
Oh my gosh.
that kid Sheldon show. I never watched
Yeah.
that stupid show, but he's just like his room's organized, and he's got like picture frames, and he's got like the scientific,
gosh.
the elemental board on the like
Periodic
poster
table,
of the
yeah.
periodic table. And he's got it there, and he's got
Oh
like
my
he's got
gosh.
dinosaurs and
Oh,
like
yeah.
models and stuff and airplanes
Oh,
that he's
yeah.
built. And you go over to across the hallway to Owen's room, and it's on fire.
Literally with a tornado in the middle.
It's a tornado.
Oh man, that is dang. That ain't the truth.
Yeah. I feel like whenever you're like trying to make a decision,
Man.
you have Owen on one shoulder and Aiden on the other one.
Yes.
And Aiden's got little wings and Owen's got a pitchfork.
Oh yeah. Yep. That is so
and
true.
Owen's like, Aiden's like, Mom, remember
Do
your
the right
anger.
thing."
The steps to overcoming anger.
Yes.
And then Owen's on the other shoulder like, burn that bitch's house down.
Dude, ain't that the truth? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Jeez Louise. That is so funny, dude. Oh my gosh. I could imagine how like your mom and dad were when you guys were all little, like in the house. That would have been fun. That must have been fun. You have a lot of everything.
Yeah. Well, my parents, yeah, right? Because me and Alyssa are kind of the same way. I'm a lot of Owen and Alyssa's a lot of Aiden.
Yes. Oh, yes. If not, she's more like careful.
Sure, maybe it's like our family, or it's like it got the Cain and Abel complex or something, you know?
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Dude, imagine. And they had like, because I feel like Emily's a lot like you too.
Oh,
And-
for sure.
Yes. And then Diego's a lot like Alyssa.
Yeah,
they had double of
in
each.
some ways. But I think now that everybody's kind of like rubbed off on each other.
Oh, yeah.
So we're a little more. It's not so cut and paste. Like if we're each
Oh, yeah.
of us were individual, like single kids,
Mm-hmm.
it would be so much different. But now that we're all kind of
Grown
siblings.
up.
We're grown-ups.
So sad.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine. With 3 siblings. 4 kids.
Yeah.
Like in a house. Like that's crazy. That's cool though. Cause like your parents, they still have like the 2 younger ones. Well, and Alyssa too. But like that's so cool. I know why they did that. So they can never be alone.
Sure. Also, that old thing where your kids take care of you when you get older.
Oh, I know that too.
The more kids, the
Four of
more
you guys.
possibility one might get rich. One might be
You're
successful.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So is there anything you're not comfortable talking about?
No.
Usually the response I get is people go, "No, I'll talk about anything."
Yeah.
And then afterwards they go, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that."
That's pretty cool. It's fine.
What made you want to pursue psychology?
Oh man. Do you want the honest answer? I'm just kidding.
Tell me what
I was a liberal study. Actually, I was a nursing major, but
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I took a CNA course my senior year, and I clearly, fastly realized that is not for me, because I seen blood and I almost fainted. So I was like, okay,
Really?
nursing is not for me. Yeah, I could not do it. We worked in an old people's home, me and Sadie and like 3 other girls, and I could not for the life of me take them a bath, like a shower. I don't know why. I just couldn't. But I loved them. Like, I wanted to play games with them, read with them, but I just could not. Just could not do it.
It's just too much, man. It's hard to get past, especially because I feel like with something like that, you got to like work up the courage. Like you got to do it with your parents. You got to be like, all right, I got to do it. It's got to get done.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But if it's somebody you don't know and it's a smell you don't know,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like how your parents smell. So you're like, that's my mom, that's my dad.
mom. Well, I gotta do it.
Yeah, but if
Yes.
it's like a weird smell, a 100-year-old smell you never smelled before.
Yeah.
It's
And it's somebody you don't know. It's like I couldn't do it, dude.
About.
The what?
Couldn't give a fuck about.
Well, no, not like that. Because like I don't know. Like I grew relationships with them, but I felt bad for them. Like I don't know, and I just couldn't do it. So Sadie would always do it. We would partner up, and she would always just do it. And I'm like, Sadie, I love you. I'll buy you Starbucks later. Or Subway. I think Subway was in then. But yeah, I couldn't do it, dude. So I changed it to liberal studies. But then clearly I fastly realized I could not do that either. Because, I mean, I could do it. It just, there was so many classes. And it was so boring. Like, you had to take every subject. And I just couldn't do it.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the English classes, they get hard.
Yes.
They get fucking hard.
They really do.
The psychology ones are difficult, but they're fun.
Yes, they're so
much fun.
They're so much fun.
I've always liked the geology, the anthropology classes.
Oh, I love anthropology. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that was fun. I want to be an anthropologist. Yeah.
So you're got into the master's program.
Yes, I'm in the master's program.
So how long is that going to take?
Scariest thing in 3 years, dude.
3 years. You say that with a little bit of an eye roll.
Oh,
but
like 3 years. But the 3rd year, it's like an internship, and I don't know if I should say this on YouTube, but some districts do paid internships, but nobody knows.
Okay, cool.
So I'm hoping to get into one of those paid internships my 3rd year. And then we still take classes, but it's just like we're just basically checking in and giving like a report on what we've like learned so far working.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot though. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's not hard because I thought it was going to be hard. I actually applied for this because Manaudi kept pushing me, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I was like, oh, I missed the deadline. I'm sorry. Like, it's not meant to be. And then they called me back and they're like, oh, there's a second deadline. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, fuck, no, that's not what I wanted.
I was like, dang it. And
Go ahead.
so I was like, dang it. And Manadi's like, oh, there's a second deadline. Do it. Come on, get all your paperwork. And I'm like, dang it. So I turned in all my paperwork and I was like, well, you know what? If they don't accept me, it's not meant to be. They're not going to accept me.
You gotta go with the flow, man.
Gonna go with the flow. So they didn't call me, and I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't get in. Like, 4 weeks went by, and they told me if you don't get an answer after the 3rd week, then call us back. And I was like, it's all right. Like, I just didn't get accepted. It's okay. I gotta, make a YouTube channel or do something else with my life. And then the day of orientation, I got an email, and I got like a calendar invite saying that there was orientation that night. And I was like, what the heck? What does this mean? Like, And I told him out. He's like, that means you got in. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I didn't even get my acceptance letter. Like, there's no way. And then they like start blowing up my phone, and they tell, like, it's the lady from the admin office. She was like, you got in. We just accepted you today. You have orientation tonight. And I'm like, what the heck? I gotta go to grad school.
Holy
no.
crap, dude. That's exciting.
Yes, I was super excited, but I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. I always expect the worst. So if it's like if good happens, then I'm surprised.
So with the psychology degree, what are some techniques you've learned that you kind of applied to normal life? Your everyday kind of stuff. Or like the big stuff. You know?
The big stuff. Okay, let's see. So I would say the biggest thing in my undergrad, because I'm learning new things right now in the master's program that's geared more towards what I want to do. And in the undergrad, we didn't really learn what I'm learning right now. But I would say communication. Communication is key, because I remember learning that in undergrad, and then now I'm learning it in my master's program, that's like key. Like, if you can't learn to talk to somebody the right way, then you're not going to get anything accomplished.
Yeah.
Like, at all. And I feel like in all my jobs that I've had, that was like key. And I like, just communication is key. Learning how to talk to people, but not only talk, but listen to people, you know. And I feel...
So let me ask you this. With your communication skills, do you sacrifice truth for peace or peace for truth?
I would say truth for peace. But I feel like I'm very neutral. Like, when I talk to somebody or when I'm going into a situation, I try to stay neutral.
Right. Yeah, you're very kind of... That's kind of like... I've picked up that's kind of like how you are.
Yeah.
You want everybody to get along. And,
yes.
And we don't need to be having confrontation for no reason during a conversation about peanuts, you know?
Yes, exactly.
But it's interesting. Is there some things you picked up to kind of help deal with, I don't know, just like being a wife, being a mom? Being a daughter?
I would say, I don't know. There's a lot, but just there's always compromise in everything, especially like in marriage. I feel like in the beginning it was always like, okay, well, who wears the pants and who doesn't? You know what I mean? And I learned that soon that nobody has to wear the pants. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about compromise. It's all about communication, compromise between yourself and the spouse. Like, with me and Manaudi, it's like, it's all compromise. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, nobody has to be right. We can come together, bring both of our thoughts together and figure it out, you know? And I feel like as a daughter too, like, I don't know, I've always just been the neutral one. Like, let's just figure this out. You know what I mean? There's no need to get mad. Let's just figure this out. And not only that, like, when I was younger, I never wanted to stress my mom out. You know what I mean? Like, growing up, I was just like, I'm just going to go with the flow. Like, whatever. If we don't have money for this or that, that's fine. We don't need it. You know what I mean?
And with contrast with your brother.
Yeah.
And then, like, your dad. So it was easier to kind of just, okay, I'm going to be the peacemaker because there's no peace here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when it comes to being a wife, was there lessons you learned from your mom, or was it kind of things that you learned not to do or to do?
Oh, okay.
So how old are you when your dad?
My dad and my mom got divorced when I was in 3rd grade. I think I was 8 or 9.
Man, that's like young.
I know, right? I was like, what the heck? Yeah, I think it was 9 or 8, something like that. They divorced, and then my dad still stuck around for a while, and then I just stopped talking because we moved to McFarland from Bakersfield, so we stopped talking to him. And then he had like a baby, and he got married, and then like my 8th grade graduation was the last time. No, I'm lying. My freshman year was the last time I seen him. My freshman year I seen him, and that was the last time. So, but we didn't really have like a relationship, but it's the weirdest thing because, like, I know I didn't have a dad, and now I'm realizing, like, hey, dude, you didn't have a dad. But in the moment, I just didn't think about it. Does that make sense? Like, it was something that wasn't there, so it was like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
It's like the difference between a father and a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but I had so much people surrounding me with love and support that like I almost didn't need my dad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to church and stuff too, so that helped a lot, like tremendously. But I didn't feel at the time, I didn't feel like, oh, you're missing your dad. You know what I mean? To me, it was like, oh, this is life. Me and my mom and my brother, you know? And that's just how it is. And
Obviously, it had negative effect, right?
I
All
guess
this stuff always has that negative effect.
I feel like growing up it didn't. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Maybe because we went to church and then I got like counseling. So I don't know, I just didn't think about it. Like it's the weirdest thing, but out of sight, out of mind has been like my mantra, I guess, since I was little.
Right, because in psychology, they have in families that are dysfunctional. I'm not saying your family's dysfunctional, but
Yeah.
there's always the peacekeeper. There's
Yeah.
always a person that tries to keep the peace. The one that
Mhm.
organizes the family, keeps the family together. The one that does all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely the role you kind of fell into, right?
Oh yeah. I was like, heck no, I don't need to worry about nothing. And then like seeing my mom go through it, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna put her through anything else. You know what I mean? Like
How was she handling it at first?
at first it was like she was a mess. You know what I mean? Like my dad cheated on her and he had a whole other family. You know, for months before he finally left. So and to her she was like she did everything to make the marriage work, you know what I mean? And so for her it really broke her in the beginning, and seeing her so broken and hurt, I did not want to do anything else to cause any pain or like hurt to her.
Were they in love?
Yes, I think so. I mean, my mom was definitely in love with him.
But
But I don't think he was, because he had another chick, you know?
yeah. So
But I don't think he knows how to love.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
now that
that's
I'm
a
going
good
through my
point.
psychology courses, it's like, oh my gosh, maybe he doesn't know how to love. You know, people go their whole lives not knowing how to love another individual, you know? They just kind of fall into the role of getting married, having kids, and it's just like, okay, we'll just do this.
Yeah. Well, they go their whole life of like just constantly always not liking themselves.
Exactly.
So it's hard to like other people when you don't like yourself at all.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's one of the main things I've learned too, is that if you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else, you know?
And it sucks because it's like one of those things I'm the most terrified of is
Oh, yeah.
committing to a life out of complacency
Oh yeah.
because I feel like I should.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I heard somebody talk about I think it was Nietzsche. He talks about, or not, no, it wasn't Nietzsche. It was Jordan Peterson. He says most men live lives of quiet desperation.
Yeah.
And so, not to say that your dad was like that, but for sure he didn't step up to the plate.
Oh no. And then they got together when they were super duper young. Like my dad was 18 and my mom was 20, 21 or something like that. So I mean, a man, like what I've learned, a woman too, but like a man doesn't mature until he's 30. So they say. Late 20s, 30, like early 30s. So I could just imagine, like, he's like being thrown into this, and not to give him any pity, you know, but I'm just like on the outside looking in. He was very young. He didn't know himself, you know, like he just worked since he was 13 years old, you know, he didn't have any education. And so like he didn't know himself. And then my mom didn't know herself either, but like she fell into the, okay, I'm going to be a wife and a mom, you know, because that's just how she was raised, you know, and she had both parents and stuff her whole life. So yeah, I just feel like it was hard for him to really know himself and know like what he like to be in love, you know what I mean, and to fall into that father role, and clearly didn't.
Maybe, yeah, he really didn't. I mean, man. So your mom was pretty tore up.
Yeah.
I remember she used to smoke. Was she smoking that whole time?
Yeah, I think she started smoking before that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom was a smoker. Yeah, way before that. And I found out grandma used to smoke too.
Did she really?
Yeah, but don't say no. Oh, dang it! We're erasing this, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
How was your relationship with men in general? Was it kind of convoluted or messed up a little bit there at the beginning? Was it something you had to overcome in order to get married today?
Okay, so I couldn't date in high school, which was great because my mom was very strict. So I had no boyfriends, which was super cool because I had a lot of guys that were my best friends, like literally my best friends.
Sure, I'm sure they didn't see it that way.
I know people say that, but like, yeah, they were my best friends, but like some of them did fall in love with me, and I was like, I can't do this. You're my brother, dude. This is weird. And I stopped being friends with them.
Yeah,
but
every single one of them.
No, there was
every single
two.
one of them. If you would have been like, "Hey, I want a boyfriend right now," they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." They'd come to your house running.
Shush,
They wouldn't even
no.
put their shoes on. They would have just ran to your
gosh,
house.
No,
2
one of them was like literally my brother. Like he had girlfriends and dated, and he would ask me for advice, and I would give him advice. So yeah, one of them was
Okay. So you never really had any
never
ill
dated.
thing towards men?
No.
No, okay. You just kind
No.
of, maybe you just like too smart for it.
I just felt like I was gonna be too awkward to be somebody's girlfriend. So I was like, I'm gonna save me some trouble and some heartache and not do that.
Sounds very
I was a little
Elizondo of
weirdo.
you.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'll just have friends. But my mom didn't let me date anyways, so it worked out.
When did you start dating?
After high school.
Uh,
After high school, or my senior year, like the end of my senior year, I think. Yeah, the end of my senior year. But like, I didn't really like. It wasn't. I was always she's one of the guys, you know. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, you're so hot, I'm gonna date you, you know. And it's like all the guys I liked were like, dude, you're like my little sister, and I was like, dang it, okay. So I mean, it just worked out in my favor, I guess.
yeah, you kind of have to like overcome that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you learned to date as an adult?
Yes.
How was that?
It was interesting. I had a few guys that not a few, I'm lying, like one, I think.
A couple crazies?
Yeah. Like two, I think, before I met Manouti. They were like, they liked me, and like, I just didn't feel it. So I was like, nah, we're not gonna date, you know? And so it was like a friend thing. It wasn't even like anything serious. And they were like crazy. Like one of them was crazy. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill myself. And I'm like, oh my god,
Whoa.
bye. But I guess apparently he would do this to like all the girls he really liked, and they didn't want to date him. I found that out later, and I was like, dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's a thing, I guess.
Yeah. How's your brother?
He's good.
Yeah. You talked to him?
I talked to him yesterday, and he sounds a little bit better. So that's good.
At COVID.
Dude.
Twice already. He's the first one to get it twice. First one to get it, and then first one to get it again.
I know.
And then who else got it? And then Carlos got it.
Carlos
and then I
got it really bad. You got it.
Uh,
Dude.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I'm very grateful for the gummy bears and the Gatorades.
I got you.
It was a very low point where all I could taste was salt. And I needed something sweet so bad.
Dude.
Yeah.
How did you get through that? You got really bad, huh? You just didn't tell nobody?
Yeah, I don't really tell anybody.
I know.
So I was quarantined for 10 days.
Dang.
I was sick as fuck for 9.5 days.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, I was. So it was 8 days.
Uh-huh.
I was sick as a dog.
That sucks.
On the 9th day, I broke quarantine.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the river, the Kern River, and it was kind of just like, I wanted to kill the guy who was staying here with me. I was sick of his guts. I couldn't stand him. I threatened to beat him up a couple times.
That sucks.
Well, it's my
Yes.
buddy. He's a heroin addict, and so
Oh.
he has been for the past 10 years.
Oh, shoot.
And so he has to stay here. I said, you can stay here for 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Because we kind of talked about it, and then I saw him. We hung out, and then he's all fucked up. I said, I don't want that in my life.
Mm-mm.
Separate myself from all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he calls me on Sunday, like 2 weeks later. He goes, hey, I'm moving out of my place. I need a place to go. Can I please stay with your place? I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, I guess, dude. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
And he came here the next day, moved all his crap in. This carpet used to be a lot cleaner. And he was here for 1 month, and there's stains all over it.
Shut up.
I vacuumed it, I sweeped it, wiped the floors down. There was like black smudge marks all over the door and the light switch and the backside of the door. He's just a dirty, dirty guy. I love him.
Uh-huh.
So but it was tough to see him like
yeah.
this. But luckily, good news. He checked into rehab.
Oh, that's good.
He's gone all 30 days.
Oh,
And
that's
he's about to
good.
go into a sober living home, group living home.
That's
so
good.
I'm going to have him on here in a couple weeks.
That's good.
Makeup kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to stay clean. That's good though. Poor dude.
Yeah. What was it like having a crazy person around growing up?
Which one?
Were they all crazy?
We're all crazy.
Yes, we are all crazy.
Oh, we're all crazy.
Frankie.
So, funny thing. I don't know if it was like this with you guys.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, funny thing, I actually met him last year.
You're so stupid. You're crazy. No. So we, like growing up, he was like, I'm in my own world. You're in your own world. I don't like you. Okay.
You don't like him or he doesn't like you?
We didn't like each other. Like it was just, he was like doing his own thing. I did my own thing. He
Very
protected me when he needed to. Yeah. He was like, bye. And then once I turned 18, it was like, okay, I love you now. Let's go drink. Or,
Yeah.
So we got a lot closer once I turned 18. It was weird. I don't know why.
It's a scary thought that could have not happened at all.
Dude, I know.
You could have just never been in each other's lives.
Dude, I know. That's scary. That is scary. But
it's a pretty common thing with situations like that when one of the parents leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Usually the siblings don't have they either have a really tight connection or they don't have one at all.
At all, yeah, that's true.
I was talking to my coworker and he's got a brother and so they don't know their dad. I said, hey man, because his brother came to work with us once.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, hey dude, how's your brother? He goes, I don't know.
What?
I was like, what do you mean you don't know? He goes, I don't know, I don't talk to him.
That's
I
weird.
was like, your little brother? He goes, yeah. Last time I talked to him was like, I think it's been a year.
What?
I was like, he lives at your mom's house, dude. What do you mean you don't talk to your brother? He goes, we just don't talk. We don't like each other.
Weird.
I mean, I love him. If he ever needs anything, I'll be there for him. But we don't spend time together. And then the little brother's kind of a little nutty. And he's also a little nutty. But it's just it's weird.
That's weird.
And you're just like, man, that sucks. And I start thinking about me and Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And how, like, not being a brother for him, just
that's
terrifying
weird.
Theory.
Yeah.
Terrifying thought.
Yes. I can't even imagine. Like, no. I talk to my brother every other day. Or, like, text him. But, no. I can't imagine not talking to him as an adult.
Uh-huh.
I even tell Manouty, like, with all his siblings. I'm like, dude, reach out to your siblings. Like, they're your siblings. And he's like, okay. But there's so many of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yes.
There's 13 of them.
Yeah. So he's close to, like, his brothers. Like, all his brothers. And then his sisters, sometimes they'll call. But the sisters are close with the sisters. It's a weird thing.
For sure, because there's so many of them.
Because they're all, like, a little,
the girls
on the
ganged up on the
dramatic
boys.
side.
The boys ganged up on the girls.
Yes.
But hold on. That doesn't make much sense. Because there's, like, I'm sure the oldest was, like, 28 when the youngest was born.
What? No, his oldest sister's 43.
Mm-hmm.
And then Manouty's 31.
Oh.
So, like, she had them back to back.
She's like home runs.
Yeah, like dude, it's like 43, 42, 41. He's going to be 41. And then 38, 36, 35. And then Manouty's 32. He's going to be 32. And then after him, his sister's 30. And then there's a big gap, but his little sister is 27. And then his little brother's 25. He's your age, 25. He's going to be 25. You're going to be 25, aren't you?
I'm going to be 26.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? I thought you were 24. Why?
I'm 25 now.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be 26.
So you're 20. Yeah, okay. So his little brother's going to be 26.
Wow.
Or wait a minute. How old is Alyssa? She's a year younger than you, huh?
She's going to be 24.
No, she's 2 years younger than you?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was 1.
Emily and Diego are 1 year apart.
Oh, I thought you and her were 1, and then I thought Diego and Emily. Okay, then, I almost did that too. So yeah, his little brother is Alyssa's age.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be 24 then. And then, yeah, so they're kind of like back to back. But yeah, the brothers all keep in touch. But I mean, the sisters too, they're just a little dramatic. I don't know, I don't have sisters.
You got one
golden.
brother, and that's a lot of drama.
I'm good with my one brother. No sisters.
Who were you the closest to growing up?
The closest.
Are the cousins or? I mean, you had to be close to somebody, right?
Yeah, you guys.
Me and Alyssa.
Yeah, you and Alyssa and me and Andrew.
It was just the four of us.
I think it was no. You know what? It was Jared. I was really close to Jared.
That's right. And Ladine?
No, just Jared. Ladine didn't like us.
They did. Yeah, right.
She'd always talk crap to Jared. I did not like that. And she would always fight with him, like punch him. And I'm like, dude, this is your brother.
So Tio Chachi, so this was before or after your dad took off?
Before and after. Because Jared would still hang out. He was going to the same school as me. And so, yeah, we would hang out. Like when we were younger. But then when I moved, we stopped talking. Well, not stopped talking, but we just never.
You got a little nuttier.
Yeah.
How did the family react to your mom getting divorced and your dad finding out he had a whole other family?
I think they were kind of happy in a sense that my mom finally.
My dad said he never really had problems with them.
No, everybody was like, he was super chill with everybody. Like my mom says, he got along with everybody, so he didn't like. Wasn't rude or disrespectful or anything.
Did like my dad come around more, or Tia Sylvia?
Yeah, your dad was always around. I remember your dad would always come over and fix stuff.
Afterwards?
You know, even before.
Oh.
Like my mom always had the barbecues. She always had everybody over for every holiday. I remember that. When we lived in the ranch, and then when we got our house, my mom had like Thanksgiving and like, I don't know if Christmas too. No, I think Christmas was at your guys' house all the time. And so my mom would always do Thanksgiving. But, yeah, everybody was always over. Like, my mom always was like, we're going to barbecue. Let's do something. Or birthday parties. And everybody was always over. Nora and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Some chick was direct messaging me on Instagram. And it was all in Spanish. Oh, and her name was, like, Nora Talia.
Oh, my God.
And the picture looked like Nora.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, it's Tia Nora, right? And then she was emailing me or messaging me in Spanish, asking me like, hey, you know, I got these supplements. I was like, what the fuck is Tia Nora messaging me about supplements? And then I looked at the pictures and I realized it was like a 24-year-old young chick who looked like our 50-year-old aunt.
That's sad.
And I was just like, damn, I don't want none of these bitches supplements. I look like somebody's uncle, dude, at 25.
Oh my gosh.
And so the whole time I thought it was Nora. So I was like, what's up, tia? She was like, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Me tienes suplementos? Blah, blah. And I was having like my coworker translate for me. And then once I found out it wasn't her, I started fucking with her.
You're crazy. Yeah, I don't think Tia Nora would do that.
Yeah, I don't think she has an Instagram.
Reference.
Well,
No,
I accepted it because I thought it was Tia Nora.
That's hilarious.
So I remember, I don't know if you know this, but my first ever memories with you. Mm-hmm. I told you this, right?
I think so.
So we're in my living room of my parents' house. You guys are staying on the pull-out couch. Mm-hmm. Remember that? The white leather couch? Yes, I remember
the white leather couch.
Huge leather couch.
Yes.
It wasn't white when we got rid of it. It was white when we got it.
It was like beige or brown.
Yeah. I was in my diapers, and I was running underneath the pull-out couch, giggling. And then you pulled out from the other side and grabbed me and pulled me up, and I was laughing. I was giggling. That was my first memory.
Really? How freaking cool. You were like 1, dude, or 2. You were little.
Yeah. That's wild, right?
That is insane. I remember we lived with you guys, and you were in your crib, and Frankie would stay in the room with you. Mm-hmm. And when you had your crib, and oh my gosh, you'd get up and throw your freaking bottle across the room and hit the wall because you wanted more milk or you were ready to wake up. I was like, oh, Xavier. I remember you. Oh my goodness.
I remember wrestling with Andrew, or not Andrew, with Frankie.
When?
Always wrestling with him.
Oh yeah.
Always
Frankie loved wrestling. Oh my gosh, I remember that. And I remember your backyard had like, it was all dirt when you guys got it. Because I think when you guys moved in, my mom was getting, or we got our house, it was getting built, but we had to stay with you guys. And so it was all dirt. I remember that. And I remember us going outside to play in the dirt because we had to go outside.
You had to be outside because mom was sick of you guys.
Figure something out. Play with the dirt. Oh my gosh. I remember that. That was funny. And I remember you getting my mom's cigarette butts and putting them in your mouth. And I'm like, Xavier, ow.
Your mom would even put the cigarette down while she's chasing me.
Oh my gosh. That was funny. I remember that. We were always like, oh, figure out what to do. Like, I don't remember our parents like now, because now you hear the, oh, let's make play dates. I'm guilty of that. I do it with my kids.
Go outside. That's how it was back in the day. Go outside. Yeah, right there. Go outside.
Go outside. Go play with the dirt. Go figure it
outside.
out. You're bored? Because you're a boring person. Your dad would always tell me that. I was like, Theo, I'm bored. Well, you know why you're bored? Why, Theo? Because you're a boring person. And I would think, man, I'm really boring. And he was so serious. Like, he would continue doing whatever he was doing. And I'm like, okay, I never
like,
said I was
not even
bored.
paying attention to you.
Oh, he
like,
wasn't.
Just like he's like over here soldering iron
yes,
on
he's
the radio.
like, shut up already, stop talking. It was the funniest thing. And I was like, okay. So I never said I was bored ever again.
And now here you are.
And now here I am.
Bored.
Bored. Because I'm a boring person.
Yeah, well. Yeah, my dad's trippy like that sometimes.
That was so funny. But yeah, I remember our parents used to be super fun, dude.
Well, I mean, we're fun right now.
Heck yeah,
And
dude.
gonna
I was
get not
thinking
fun
that.
in the future.
I was like, oh my gosh, all these memories like we're making, like when we get together and barbecues, and we used to get drunk, but we don't anymore.
We don't?
I'm just kidding. Like together. Because Andrew and Kasha are pregnant.
Yes. I like how you say Andrew and Kasha. But
Yes,
Kasha's
they're both pregnant.
Andrew's just kind of hanging out rent free.
Oh man. But yeah, I was thinking that. I'm like, oh my gosh, the kids are going to grow up with these memories of their crazy Theos and Theas.
Yeah, right.
We're bad.
Yeah, we are kind of nuts.
Yes. I'm like, man, because I remember growing up, and I remember when our parents would get together before, when they used to all drink. They were crazy. I was like, oh my gosh.
Are they crazy cool?
Crazy cool, like fun,
Okay.
But they would drink and take shots, and I remember them chasing. It was at your guys' house for Christmas. They all took shots. Maggie, Sylvia, your mom, everybody. Everybody was all red.
Because they were drunk?
Because they were drunk. And they were chasing my mom down the hall to take a shot. And she didn't want to because she was red and drunk already. And they like forced it down her throat. She's like, oh my gosh. It was the funniest thing. And then your dad always had Chente on. Always. And he would sing at the top of his lungs. And then everybody would be the backup singer.
Yeah. It's funny hearing all the stuff I got from my dad. That's for sure one of them.
Dude, yes. For sure, dude. Like every barbecue, every gathering. Oh my gosh. It was fun.
It was
so
a
much
party.
fun.
It just the kids are here, but we're not gonna pay any attention to
No.
them. They'll be a pack. They'll be a little gang, and they'll kind of accumulate ranks amongst themselves.
Yes, exactly.
They'll have little soldiers and captains and generals, and then they'll divvy out the bullshit
That is
amongst
so
them.
funny. Dude, that is so true. But then, like, I see pictures. I seen a picture from, I want to say, oh man, I don't know. I think it was Ladine's first birthday or somebody's birthday, and Grandma was drinking too. She had her Budweiser can, her like cool hair with her light pink outfit and with her big old glasses, and she was drinking and she was like yelling in one of the pictures. It was funny. I'm like, oh, that's where they get it from, Grandma.
Dude, those recordings have like a lot of value, right?
Oh, yes.
To us. Like
Yes.
my dad with his camcorder.
Yeah.
Camcorder is an old word too, right? It's like a word I haven't said in
Right?
like 8 years. Camcorder.
It's like a big old thing.
They had a fucking VHS thing in there. And
Yes.
You're kind of like,
Oh,
hey, this is the house here, and today is January 3rd, 1998.
It
and
is
there's
10
Diego,
o'clock
there's
in the
Xavier
morning.
right there. He's eating dirt. Stop, get out of your mouth.
Get out of your mouth.
And then he'd go like in front of the mirror and like take his shirt off. And
Yes,
kinda
and he would
stretch a little bit.
flex.
He would flex. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
That is so funny. I love those. Oh my gosh. I remember my mom too. She would record and take pictures, and I was always like, what the heck? Why are you
Dude,
taking so many pictures, dude?
They were hilarious.
They were
They were so comfortable around each other. Kind of how we're very comfortable around each other, and we're
Yes.
fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, we might be funnier than them, but they
don't
were
know.
having more fun than we were.
Yes, they were.
For sure.
Dude, yes. Like, that was fun, dude. And they didn't have no social media, no nothing.
Yeah, I think we need to get rid of our social
Yes, I
medias.
think so.
For sure. At least
man.
Facebook. Gotta
Yes,
get rid of
Facebook for sure. For sure. For sure. All of it.
Facebook's like for your mom, dude. Just let your mom have it. Just
Shut
let
up.
our
I
aunts
have
and our
Facebook.
uncles have Facebook. We'll keep Instagram and
We'll
Snapchat.
keep Instagram. I can't even work Snapchat.
you're,
I'm an old lady now.
you're turning into your mom.
I'm turning into my mom.
Have you noticed that? You kind of. I mean, I'm not saying you are, but I'm sure you
Yes.
know, you've picked up on more things.
Oh yes.
Uh,
Oh yes. We're all turning into our parents, dude.
Dude, my hair's
That's
falling
kinda
out.
crazy. Shut up.
can you tell it's like a little thin?
No, it's not. You're so dramatic.
No, like in the shower, I'll get out of the shower and
No.
there'll be hair everywhere. Before I cut my hair short, that's why I cut it shorter.
No
Because
way.
the long hairs would be fucking everywhere. I'll go like this, I'll run my fingers through my hair, and there'll be like hairs. Not bunches,
way.
but like hairs.
Oh my, you're fine. Your dad has good hair, and he's older, so you'll be fine.
Oh, I was actually looking at it the other day. He was sitting on the couch by the
Mhm.
door. I was looking down on his scalp,
Uh huh.
and it's like thin right here.
No.
But it's thin. It's like naturally thin.
Yeah.
You can like see the scalp,
You can see his scalp. Yeah.
but it's like the hair's still there. But it's
But
not
it's
like
just
all
thin.
this is thin. But then again, his hairline goes all the way up here.
Dude, but nowadays too, it goes back. His dad's like that too. It goes back. You have good hair though. Your dad still has good hair,
Hopefully.
even if he has
It's-
receding hairline.
my
You
staple.
can't see them.
I'm
And
not
your
gonna
mom
be-
has good hair
I'm
too.
not gonna
You're
be
gonna have
casted
good
in
hair.
any shows if I'm bald. Fat and bald. I might lose a tooth too.
Stupid.
Fat, bald, and
Shut
toothless.
up. No, you have 30 more years for that to happen. Don't worry.
I'll be just the villain's bestest mention. You know.
You're crazy. Your hair is not gonna fall out. Your dad has good hair. Your mom has good hair. Your mom has great hair.
My mom
She has a
doesn't
lot of
have
hair. I'm like, what in the world?
Mm.
I think Emily got her hair because Alyssa has very thin hair.
Yeah, right.
She's. Yeah, I
She
think
has my dad's hair.
Yes, your dad's hair.
She's the only one.
That's right.
Yeah, we all.
Oh
have,
my gosh, that's right.
I kind of have like hair like Chachi.
Yes, and it's thick and curly.
Yeah, it's
And
coarse.
Diego and Emily. That's so weird. Oh my gosh, that is so weird.
That's weird, right? Maybe my mom just had stronger genes.
Maybe because your mom has some good hair, man. She has thick hair. Does she have curly hair?
Yeah,
I know it's like super thick.
it's has curls, but it's not like
Oh, but she probably does it every day.
not like ours, not like
Oh,
mine and
no, you
Emily's.
guys have
Emily's
some
is like
curly
curly.
hair. I know she like a year ago. She's like, I hate my hair. It's awful. I just was straighten it all the time. I'm like, dude, why?
Well, I told her I was just like, you just don't know how to use it yet. You
Yeah.
just don't know how to work with it. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
with
love
my
her
hair,
hair.
it's just like I figured out. Okay, shaved on the sides so my face looks thinner, and then I use like some stuff sometimes
On top because it's curly. Yeah.
I don't wash it very much because
Yeah.
it's very oily.
Yeah.
So if I wash it too much, my scalp gets
It
dry.
gets- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom. I think my mom washes her hair like once every 3 days, 4 days.
How's your mom doing?
She's doing good.
She got the hernia surgery.
She got the what?
The hernia surgery.
No, not the hernia surgery. I don't know. I don't know if I should talk about this over here.
Oh, all of a sudden. We can talk about whatever you want, but not my mom's butt.
Her bunion. No, she didn't. She hasn't had any surgeries. Her
Mm.
back's all messed up, but I think all of our backs are messed up.
Yeah, we all got fucked up.
You
backs.
have a messed up back too?
I got fucked up. I got a rotated disc, which is S1.
Up.
It's right there next to the tailbone, and it's the nerve gets pinched, and then my whole back will go
No.
out.
Shut up, dude.
Of course, I mean I'm 400 pounds,
No, that's crazy.
so it doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah, we all. I have my lower back's been hurting for since I was in high school, but like the last year it's been hurting, and I've been needing to go to the doctor, but I don't want to go.
Yeah, why go when you can just not go, right?
I know. I need to get an X-ray on my back, but it just hurts. Like if I'm bent over, I can't get up. Like I mean, I'll get up, but I'll be like still sitting in the sitting position, and I'm
Do
like,
you get
"Ooh."
the pinched nerve feel?
It just feels really stiff.
Oh, okay.
I just like, oh, I can't move. And so I gotta it takes me a while, but then I finally straighten out. I'm like, okay, we're good. Let's do this.
So mine is to the point where if I'm picking something up and it's bad, like it's been bad for a couple of weeks, when I stand up, like the other day I was at work, I do 2 buckets full of water, and I went to lift up with my butt, so I was almost standing straight up, and my back was bent
yeah.
over.
Yes.
And so I went to stand up on my back. The nerve pinched, my knees gave out, and I
Ooh.
fell forward with the buckets onto the
Ouch.
ground. And then while I was on the ground, they're just like my whole back seizing up, is tightening up, and then like the pain shooting up and down my back.
Oh my gosh,
into my
that's
legs.
really bad.
And so I stood there and I was on my knees and I was on my
Mhm.
hands and my butt's kind of like in the air. And then they're like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, just give me a second."
Give me a
You just gotta-
second.
I'm like, I'm so used to this.
Oh
I'm
shoot,
just
dude.
like, okay, I'm so used to this. All right, all right, all right. And then just kind of like get up a different way, like use different muscles to stand up.
Yeah.
And then I'll get up and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
walk around and start like relaxing the
Moving,
muscles
yeah.
up and down my back. It takes 5 minutes and pick up the water bucket and get back to work.
Oh my gosh, Xavier, that's bad.
Dude, I had a bad one. Last
That is
November,
so bad.
I was working at Lake Elsinore at
Mhm.
Walmart out there. And we were just short on guys, so they had me come out of the office and go help them out.
Mhm.
And for me, it's sleeping.
Mhm.
My back gets fucked up when I sleep.
Oh.
So all the muscles, there's a lot of swollen tissue. It gets all swollen from sleeping.
Mhm.
Just because my back's not, I have scoliosis real bad.
Oh, you.
So it's not bad. It's just I got a little scoliosis.
It's a mild, yeah.
So when I sleep, it swells up. And so I wake up, it's tense. My whole
Mhm.
back is stiff, and I can feel like if I move wrong, it'll
Mhm.
pinch that nerve, and my knees will give out.
Mhm.
So we were staying in a hotel room
Mhm.
for about a week,
Oh
and
dang.
I have a nicer mattress. I spent like $500 on a mattress.
Mhm.
So when I sleep, it's a little stiffer, but it's
Yes.
softer, so it gives more things and helps my back a little more. I really didn't have good sleeping techniques because now I have to like put pillows underneath my knees, elevate my
Yes.
knees so my back, the lumbar is laid out flat.
Mhm.
Or if I'm laying on my side, put pillows between my legs to keep my lumbar from kind of twisting out.
Mhm.
I didn't do any of that, and the beds were stiff as fuck.
I
So-
know. I can't.
It was about 3 days,
Oh shit.
and then on the third day, I woke up in the morning. I couldn't stand up.
No.
I was laying on my side, and little movements like this were
Mhm.
painful. Just going like this and kind of like,
Ouch.
sort of moving towards kind of getting up.
Yeah.
Like the little tiny movements you do to build up to the other movements to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Those are painful. And there were the sharp pains. There were the stabbing pains. Like right in the center of my spine. Right low by my tailbone.
Ouch.
And I get up, and my coworkers, we're sharing a room. He's already getting up, getting out. He's like, "Hey, dude, hurry up. We got to get to work." And it was like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
Mhm.
And I was like, "I'm fucked up, dude." He was like, "All right, well, can you go to work?" And I was like, I was so stubborn. I said, yes. So I was
You're
just like, we're all the way out here for work.
Mhm.
I was like, fuck that. I'm going to go to work.
Ouch.
So I put my boots on, and I couldn't bend over to put my boots on, so I had to lay down on my side on the floor almost,
Dude.
and like put my boot and
Ouch.
slide it up and kind of like do this thing where I kind of pinched it with my 2 fingers and kind of
Ow.
slowly pull it up. And I was walking, so this is how I was walking. Check this out. So I was walking like this.
Dude.
I couldn't go anything past this, or else my knees would start to
Ouch.
buckle. So I was walking like this,
Mhm.
and I was making my way down the. I got my way. I was able to get out of the room. I was making my way down the hallway, and I was in the lobby, and the truck was right there underneath the little thing. Everybody's in the truck, ready to go, and I went to reach for the counter, and my foot slipped a little bit. I know. I think I sneezed. My whole back went, poof, and I just dropped to the floor. Bam!
Ow.
Fucking hard. I was laying on the floor. I couldn't move, and then the 2 clerks were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay, buddy? Or is there something wrong with you? You want some help, my friend?" I was like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" It's the whole thing. Don't touch me. All right, and I'm just like slowly like trying to use muscles that aren't my back to like get up. I got up, walking the same way, walking like
Ouch.
a duck that needs to lay an egg. It hasn't laid an egg in like 2
You're
weeks.
waddling.
So he's got like 3 eggs just like piled up in his ass. And then I got in the truck, and I couldn't like lift up my legs, so I just like slid into the back seat.
Ouch.
Get to work, and I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna start walking. It'll start getting better. I'm like carrying
No.
buckets, and it's like a mile. I want to say it was a mile. It's probably like a half a mile, because you're parking in the Walmart parking lot, but the whole front end's under construction with the asphalt and stuff. So you got to walk through the dirt, walk up, walk through the front end of the Walmart. It's way over here because all the doors are getting worked on over here.
Oh my gosh.
Go all the way over here, grab water, and then come all the way back this way to the restrooms we're working on. So it's about maybe a quarter mile.
Yeah.
I did it like 5 times. My back was getting better.
Oh, that's good. It wasn't getting better?
It wasn't getting better.
Oh,
It was getting worse. And I called my dad. And I was like crying, dude. I was like, I wasn't crying, but I was manly crying. I was like, all right,
it's okay. No
Dad, I'm fucked up. He goes, first of all, buddy, we use that language. And I said, look, I can't stand up straight. I tried for about an hour now. I can't move.
Ouch.
I'm in the worst shape. I'm in extreme amount of pain. Probably the most pain I've ever had in my life. At this point, my blood has been pumping so much from the pain. I could feel feel the blood pulse like in behind my eyes. I called him. I was like, Dad, I don't know what to do. And he goes, well, I don't know what to tell you. Thanks for the advice, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
He was like, dude, you've dealt with back pain your whole life. He goes, I never really felt like that.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, fuck. And so I called my boss. My boss was like, right on, Javier, I guess. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of got screwed, man. So.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? You went back to the hotel?
No. So I call out. I borrowed my coworker's truck because they're going to be there. And then I just drove straight to the nearest chiropractor.
Oh, okay.
I called them. They said they're available. They took an X-ray on my back. I actually have the DVD
of my
X-ray. I'll show it to you later. It's like this. My back.
How
from
weird.
The front view. It's like that. And you can see the disc. So since it's all tensed up, the spine tends to do that when it's tensed up. When you throw out your back, all the muscles are jerking in different directions. But you can see the S1 is rotated like this. And so it's pinching that nerve. So it's causing everything to go out of whack.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's when you found out about your pinched nerve. And so, oh, dang, dude. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And your dad's never had that? Like a pinched nerve?
Well, he's had compressed disc.
Oh, okay.
That's why he had L4 and L5 fused together.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. We have jacked up backs. I don't know what's wrong with my
Andrew's got a bad back.
Yeah.
Alyssa's back is messed up.
Really? What's wrong with hers?
The doctor said she's got strong legs, but her back is as crooked as a politician.
Oh, gosh.
That's the Forrest Gump.
Oh, my gosh.
No, just her back hurts all the time.
Yeah, dude, my back hurts all the time. I'm scared to get an X-ray. I need to, though.
What's the worst? I can deal with lower back pain, but the one right behind the shoulder blades.
Oh.
Like when you're hunched over for like hours doing stuff.
Oh,
that one sucks.
My lower back kills me.
Oh, and then I noticed I realized I have carpal tunnel.
What?
So
your hands?
Working, I was like putting grout in the tile, and just like that labor like overexertion of the wrist. I had extreme pain here.
Oh shoot!
For about a week. It got better, but like my mobility wouldn't get better. This hand was fine, and notice these fingers, the tips started going numb.
Oh my gosh!
And then I have like a growth spurt here. It's smaller now, but sometimes it gets bigger.
I wonder if that's genetics, because my mom had carpal tunnel too, and she has growth spurts and all that stuff.
Frankie has real bad carpal tunnel.
Yep, Frankie had surgery too, and he was like young, like 30 maybe, 31, 32.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna burn this candle at both ends, and then I'm gonna buy a really nice, fucking expensive race car.
Oh, that's
and
great.
Just fly it into the sun.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
He was young, but he lived all 28 years of his life.
Shut up! I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Driving into the sun. That's how I want to go, man.
Let's do it, dude. You gotta take care of yourself. Vitamins.
Well, Hank, you know Hank.
Get massages. Like, you gotta take care of yourself. I remember I told Manaudi that.
Does dating masseuses count?
Sure, as long as she's giving you massages, like real ones. Okay? And it's free, so it's even better. I tell Manaudi that all the time. I'm like, dude, you need to take care of yourself. Because he was against, like, pedicures, massages, because, he's real macho. They don't believe in that stuff. And I was like, you need to take care of your feet. You're on your feet all day long. Let's go get a pedicure. We all went, actually, remember when you were there? It was Manaudi and Andrew's first time. And you guys were like laughing.
Oh,
man.
I remember that.
That was so
I remember going
funny.
the next day and doing a bit about it on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You want to hear it? I was
Yes.
I found out I'm the kind of guy who can't get foot massages because I get erections. And then I followed up with, the fucked up part is I think it's because they don't speak English.
You're freaking awful.
It was like my second time doing stand-up.
Oh
I
my
was going on stage and I
gosh.
said that bit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I for sure remember getting it.
Dude, you need to
Pedicures.
get pedicures. I took Manati to get a massage the other day because he was like, I want to get massage. I want to know what it feels like. I'm like, dude, it's amazing. It's the best thing in the world. So we went to the one where you keep your clothes on, you don't get naked. And dude, he loved it. He's like, dude, it was hurting, but it felt good. Because they like get in there with their elbows, and I'm like, this is hurting, but it feels so good, it's worth it.
Yeah, so like with the whole body thing,
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed. So I got to learn how to take care of myself, but
Self-care.
I've noticed there's like a thing in me I don't like myself. There's just like
None
innate
of us
thing.
do.
Just like this kind of self-hatred kind of thing. You
Same.
don't want to take care of yourself. Kind of like my Thea Sandra has that.
Oh, like health-wise.
Like health-wise, you don't want to take care of
Got
yourself
you.
because you don't think you deserve good health.
What?
For
Yeah.
sure. I think that's going on with Thea Sandra. She doesn't want to take care of herself
Interesting.
because she doesn't feel like she's deserving of
Hmm.
the little things like good
Mhm.
health.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological thing, and I noticed
Yeah.
that with myself. I'm in my own way. So in order for me to take care of my body and lose weight, I got to figure out how to
Okay.
I got to work on my brain first. So like
all
meditation,
mental.
things like this,
Mhm.
theater, doing drugs,
Yeah, sometimes.
camping. I don't know, just trying to figure out what's going on, finding peace with myself,
Yes,
and then
finding peace with
and then
him.
losing the weight will be easier.
Yes.
Because I'm always trying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always trying weird, crazy diets. No, I wouldn't say weird, crazy diets. I'm always just trying
To eat healthier.
to eat healthier.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
That's a step too, but I really feel it's all mental. Like,
Oh,
it
100%.
really is. Because like when I lost the weight, I was like, oh my god, I was so motivated mentally that it was
Mhm.
just not easier, because it would never got easy, but I got into the routine of things of like, okay, I have to work out. It doesn't matter what time it is, I have to get a workout in today. So that's what I would do. But then COVID hit, and then I just gained all my weight back. But now
So
I'm
wait till you
like,
get COVID, you lose all the weight again.
I need to get COVID. That's what I need, or to do some drugs. I
You
don't
do
know.
the 2021 weight loss plan, which is just
Right.
get COVID.
Let's just get COVID. I need COVID. But
Get
I
the
mean, that'll
Delta
jumpstart my
plan.
weight loss
Get the
journey.
Delta, yeah, right?
That'll jumpstart it. I'll be like, okay, 20 pounds thinner. Let's do this.
I lost 26 pounds
Dude,
in that
yes.
10 days.
That is so awesome. In 10 days. Oh, shut up. You're talking about COVID. I thought you were talking about like, your weight.
dude.
Dude, that's amazing.
I thought you knew I was saying that. So you're like, that's awesome. That's amazing. Yes. Yes, queen.
No, I remember you were on your weight loss journey. So I thought it was that, but no.
Well, when I started, I was at 430.
Okay. I remember you
I
told
weighed
me
myself
that.
yesterday, 399.
Dude, yes.
Yeah. And
That's
it wasn't
awesome.
because of COVID, because I gained all the way back as soon as I
Oh.
got healthy again. And I
Yeah.
could start tasting food.
Yeah.
I started eating everything.
Dude, yeah, that happens.
You know what's interesting? I've totally lost my crave for sweets.
I need that. What are you doing?
Get COVID, dude. It's the shit.
I need to get COVID. Dang it.
Like cake and shit and ice cream. No, thank you.
I need that because I have the biggest sweet tooth.
Cookies. But gummy bears. I started eating those more.
I mean, there's sugar-free ones too, so.
Dude, those give you insane diarrhea.
Really?
The worst.
Nothing happens to me.
Hasbro, I think it's Hasbro. The one with
Mm-hmm.
the gold bag.
Uh-huh.
They have the sugar-free ones.
Oh, yeah.
Those are.
Oh, because
nutty.
sugar-free, like, candies and stuff, they have, like, some sort of laxative in them.
Oh, for sure, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for reals, they do. I promise you. Because I remember reading the
surprised they're not made out
ingredients.
of chewable plastic.
Probably. I would buy these chocolate sugar-free from Russell Stover's or something like that. And I read the ingredients, and there was a laxative. And, like, there's a laxative ingredient. I don't know if that's to substitute the sugar. But, yeah, every time I would eat one, I would have the runs. I was like, hey, I don't care. Whatever. Let's do this. The detox.
Like, they can't lose weight if the gummy bears in their body for 3 seconds.
Exactly.
It just goes right through them.
Dude, seriously. But I have problems pooping. So when I do poop, it's like, thank you, Jesus.
Is that every time you poop?
Yes.
What's going on? Why you pooping so?
I don't know, dude. I'm
Laboriously.
not regular. I'm just old, I guess. I don't even know.
I try to poop at least like twice a day.
My gosh, I
3
would
times a
love
day?
to poop twice a day.
Well, you run the risk of smelling like shit sometimes.
It's okay. Wipe these.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't poop very regular, so I gotta make sure. I'm taking like greens. Manaudi got me these greens where it's like a powder you put into water and that's like the first thing you drink every morning. So I've been doing that for like 2 months.
Do normal people not poop that often?
No, people that are not normal don't poop that often.
Oh. So
It's
I'm, like,
normal.
thinking, like,
You're supposed to poop 3 times a day. Like that's normal.
3 little poops.
Or big. I don't know. I just know
Well,
three
if they're
times
big,
a day is
you're eating
normal.
a lot, right?
I guess I don't know.
Sure.
But I don't poop, dude. I mean, well, now I do, but yeah, it's normal to poop like 3 times a day. I didn't know that. Sometimes I have problems. Well, like if I drink dairy, then it'll like constipate me.
Oh yeah,
For
I think
days.
we're all lactose intolerant.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really weird.
I think it's we
super
got some
weird.
Chinese in us.
Sometimes I wish I was opposite. Like if I drank milk, I would get diarrhea, but I'm not.
Diego gets constipated. I get the runs.
Dude, see, that's weird. I wish I could get the runs. I wish, but no, I just get stinky farts and then constipated.
Yeah, if my new weight loss plan is just gonna be COVID and cheese.
I need that. When you get COVID, let me know. I'll come over here.
Sure. Whatever.
We'll share the same drink.
We'll share some cheese.
Share some cheese. No, I get constipated. We'll share some sugar-free chocolates. Oh man. So what are you doing now? Do you have like a certain diet plan that you're following?
No.
That's good. Just eating healthy then.
Yeah. I wouldn't say eating healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Portion control.
Oh yeah, that's key. That's hard.
Like last night, when I had my friends over and we're playing, we're hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I made spaghetti and I like cut up. I made chicken breast and spaghetti,
Ooh.
and I made the sauce from scratch, and the sauce came out badass, by the way.
That sounds good.
But I just ate a smaller plate than
Mhm.
usual. I would usually get a big fat plate, a bowl,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then I'd eat that thing, and then I'd serve myself another bowl,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then I'd eat that, and then I'd
Oh,
walk.
spaghetti's
Every time
so
I walk
good.
by the stove, I'd
You're like picking at it.
Picking at it, get some chicken
Yeah.
and some noodles. So that's my issue is portion control because
Oh, that's
I have
good.
an addictive personality,
Gotcha.
and I had drug of choices right now is food.
Mm.
You know what I noticed was a trip when I went. So I went to rehab when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
For pills, opioids,
Mm.
a little bit of cocaine, but mostly just pills.
Mhm.
It's the best drug in the world. Opioids.
No, it's not.
It's amazing. I highly
Crazy.
recommend it. 10 out of
No.
10 kids.
No.
I noticed when I wasn't getting high, because I used to get high. I wouldn't say every day, but most days I was getting high. I'd pop pills like at the end of the day, or like in the
Mhm.
morning, or like all day.
Mm.
I noticed my eating was gnarly. Like they were so
Mm.
across the street, because I was 16 and it was a child's rehab or kids rehab, minor rehab. Across the street was the adult one, and the adult one they had a professional chef, and the professional chef
Oh, dang.
made trays of food, and
Mhm.
so they would and then we'd get a tray of like pasta, and then like a tray of like steamed vegetables, and like a tray of like garlic bread. And I remember filling up my plate, and I was eating it so fast I wasn't breathing. It was just like this thing where
Oh.
I wasn't noticing it, and then people were like looking at me funny. I'm just like, just kind of like shoveling
Just-
the food in my
yeah.
mouth and serving myself more, and then having those
Out of breath. Mm-hmm.
oh shit, and then going back into it. And at this point, I was probably only weighed like 250.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 6'1", so it's 250. And then one of the counselors was like, "Hey, your eating habits are very irregular.
Mm-hmm.
They're very gnarly. You're eating all the fucking time."
Mm.
He goes, "This is something that happens when you get clean. Is you're
Yeah.
gonna switch to eating a lot of
Mhm.
fucking food." And I was like, "Fuck."
Dang, that makes sense.
And that's why I've blown up. I mean, I gained
Gotcha.
200 pounds in 10 years.
That's crazy. But you also, like, there's a lot of life changes, too. Like, you became an adult, and you're on your own, and you're working, and, like, it's totally different.
And I never addressed my addiction to food.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like, because my mom's lost a lot of weight, too, and she's still losing weight. I'm like, dang, girl. She's, like, down to 190.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. And she was,
Has
like...
she ever been 190?
She was 190. No, she was 180. What's that noise? Is it outside? The screaming?
Kids across the street.
Freaked me out. I was like, oh my god. Turn off the candles. Turn off the candles. Turn off the candles.
It's like the kids
There's some crazy witchcraft going on here.
tied up kids in the basement, man. Oh, you thought it was like spirits?
Oh yeah. I was like, turn off the candles. We need to pray.
It's an old house. Don't worry, I got the painting of Mother Mary over
Sounds
there.
like a little girl. Oh my gosh. I was like, what the heck? Somebody's chiming in. Anyways. So yeah, she says that she had to deal with her mental state with food first, because she felt like that, like addicted to food and sweets. Like she didn't know, like you said, like when to stop, like she didn't, like because growing up, I remember she told me that growing up, she felt like, they would always say, finish all the plate on your food. That was a big thing, like finish all your plate. Even if you're full, finish all your plate, because, you have to finish your food. So she said she had that thought. So whenever she would get food, she would like think, I have to eat all my food, But she had a battle with that, and she was like, no, I eat until I'm, okay, or I don't even eat till I'm full. It's just a little bit, and that's fine. So portion control was her biggest thing too. But yeah, she said she had to deal with that, like the addiction to food.
Yeah, because it's a gnarly one.
It's weird, and you don't think about it because it's food. Like, how can you be addicted to food? And if you are, it's like you don't think of it as a bad thing.
Yeah, and you know what opened my eyes to it was when I got COVID. I lost my taste. And then I was like, I had lost all appetite because everything tasted salty, so I wouldn't eat, and then I'd have to force myself to eat sometimes. And it's so weird forcing yourself to eat.
It's so weird, yeah.
And it's like something that most people will never experience that. Forcing yourself to eat.
Yeah.
Because you need to eat.
Because you need, yeah.
And it was like, how centered around my experience with food is only taste. Not survival, not protein, not health. Yeah. It's just taste.
Just taste, yeah.
And so I realized, I was like, okay, my relationship with food is unhealthy.
Yeah.
If it's just, above all, tenfold, more than flying colors or whatever the expression is taste. I knew then that if I'm addicted to taste, and if I don't control it, I'm going to eat myself to death. Like, I got fucking high blood pressure.
That's crazy.
They put me on high blood pressure medication.
I mean,
I got to figure something out, man.
Yeah. I feel like, because I have a friend he found out he had high blood pressure when he was like in his late 20s, and he still takes high blood pressure medicine. What was I going to say? I feel like that's genetics too, like the blood pressure. But I totally agree with you. You have to control your eating habits. Like, my thing is sweets. You a little closer to the mic. Oh, my thing is sweets. If there's a whole carton of cookies in the house, I will eat half.
Dude, I remember my dad used to get mad at my mom.
Really?
Why do you buy all this crap? You don't need all these damn cookies and sodas and all this.
Super healthy.
And it's just like, because he knows us. He knows how I am. I've always been that way. Where I would just like.
Same.
Every time I walk by the pantry, I grab 4 cookies.
Yes, it's always 4. Always.
It's always 4. Because it'll last you a trip around the house while you're doing stuff. And then it's going to last you. And then you finishing the last one.
Dude,
by the pantry again.
And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, okay, I need more.
Yeah.
Did I just have cookies? I can't even tell. Those didn't count.
I didn't put it on a plate. It was in my hand, so therefore 0 calories.
It didn't count. Nobody's seen me, so it didn't count. Dude, yes, I know. That's why I cannot buy cookies or anything like that's my weakness, cookies. Or if I'm at a party, I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm not going to eat them. I'm not going to do it. No. I'm like, okay, I need one of everything. And then I come back around and like, dude, yes, mine's sweets. Totally. I'm addicted to sweets. So that's why I don't buy them.
What was that old Jim Gaffigan bit about going to buffet? And he's just like, he gets down to the meats and the good stuff. And he's like, why do I have all this useless fruit on my plate? There's no fucking room. And he's just like, he's putting pieces of watermelon next to the steak to make room for the steaks.
Get the steak.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
It's just like our relationship as a society with food is just unhealthy.
Oh yeah.
It's only getting worse.
Oh yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you
For what?
for changing, like recognizing that, because some people go their whole life not knowing that, or recognizing it.
Yeah.
Or sadly, they die and they're just obese and they didn't know, like, because they never took time to recognize it or cared about recognizing why they are the way they are.
Well, I've also come to realize that, so with me, I stand out a little bit more in terms of a lot of times when I try stuff for the first time, I'm good at it. I'm better than most. And I know that sounds it's kind of hard for me to hear myself saying that because it's pretty egotistical, I think, narcissistic. But I've come to realize that everybody has to put an effort into everything. If you want it to succeed, you want it to be good, you have to put the effort in. If I want to be an old person, it's going to take effort. Nothing comes easy.
No.
Even just living, nothing is just like,
Nothing
everything
is
requires effort. So you have to put forth every single ounce of energy you can. And if you want to be successful or something, it's not, nothing comes like this. And it's weird.
Oh my gosh, that is so true.
I can't believe I felt this way. I can't believe I thought this way, that I would just become rich one day. I would just become successful. Right. I would just lose the weight one day. Yeah. But it's just like, no, everything requires effort. Everything requires the understanding that it's going to suck. You got to do it.
But you have to do it if you want it.
Yeah.
That's funny because I was just telling myself, because I've been putting like minimal effort to like exercising, because I'm like, oh, I got 30 minutes, we're good. I walked 30 minutes, we're fine. And I just thought today, if you put in minimal effort, you're gonna get minimal results.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god, I don't want to work out. Yeah. But you have to put in 100% if you want 100%, And if not, it's just going to take you longer to get to your goal, and it's not going to be as good as it was, like for me the first time I lost weight. But yeah, it's true, dude. You got to put in 100% effort, and it sucks sometimes, and it's hard.
Yeah.
But the benefits are going to be all worth it,
It's interesting now, like, being a young man, and then, like, my relationship with my dad, how it's different now. And then my dad kind of, sort of was trying to push me in this direction of like self-efficiency, self-respect, being competent. Like, get out of bed. It's 7:30. Get out of bed. And you're like, it's like, fuck, I don't want to get out of bed.
Saturday.
He goes, first of all, don't use that language.
Yes, first of all, don't talk like that.
But it's just, now it's like today, I drank last night. I got a little tipsy. I don't want to say tipsy, but I got a decent buzz going. And I went to bed, and I woke up this morning, and I woke up without an alarm, I woke up at 7.
Dude, same.
And then I went, you know what? I'm gonna get up and pee, but I'm gonna make a conscious decision to stay in bed till pushing it was 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I stayed in bed for an hour, and then I looked at the clock. It was 8:15. I was like, all right, cool. So I got up, I cleaned a little bit, put some beer cans in the recycling. As I painted the living room, this was like full of like books and stuff that I had in the living room. Okay. So I had to clean all this, vacuum the floor a little bit. I didn't vacuum actually. And then I had to get all this going. So there's a discipline in that. It's like, okay, this needs to get done. This page is gonna be here at 10.
Yes.
And so this needs to get done.
That is so funny. I did something very similar too. I was like, I'm just gonna lay around and watch cartoons, eat with the kids, till I have to leave or till I have to get up and get ready. But I was like, you know what? No, I want to be productive. I want to do my steps, and I'm also in a challenge with your sister, so I got to beat her this week because she beat me last week. Anyways, so I was like,
what's going on?
I'm gonna be running. Like I went around the house. I folded my bed. That's the first thing I do every morning. Fold my bed.
Jordan Peterson says make your bed.
Yes, I have to fold my bed. And then, like, if I have time or if I get to it, which I usually do, I go around and fold the kids' beds too. And then I set the pillows in the living room, and then I'm like, okay, I could do this. I'm ready for my day. So I did that. I folded my bed, and then I was like, you know what? Because I've been needing to dust everything in my room for the last 3 weeks, but I haven't. Because I'm like, who likes dusting? That's so lame. Anyways, I don't even know why we have dust, but anyways. So I went around, I had my Windex, and I dusted everything in my room. And I was like, okay, I got this. I can breathe now. I can breathe better. And then I went to the kitchen, I washed the dishes, and I cleaned all the counters. And I was like, all right, I feel good. And I looked at my watch, and I was like, okay, I got to get ready now. How interesting. That is so crazy, huh?
It's like impertinent to like mental health.
Yes.
Because if we were living in the woods, we would just get up, worry about getting food.
Yep.
Get the fire going. Tend to your stuff that you've acquired, your tools, your stuff. Or if you want to, or like maybe move further in time, you're like, okay, I need to start making better tools. So you'd spend more time like trying to figure out better tools. And
exactly.
you got this rock. If you break the rock on this rock, this is a really hard rock. This is the hardest rock you found. You found thousands of rocks. And you're going to shape this rock.
Yeah.
And find a way to shape this rock and make it into a tool.
Yes.
And use that tool to be more successful.
Yeah.
I guess, be more successful in surviving and fornicating.
Oh, gosh.
Eating and fornicating. That was the main goal. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That is crazy. But yeah, you have to be productive.
How was, what are some things that you're a mom, man. That's bananas, right?
So crazy.
You're somebody's mom. So what are some tricks that you're going to use on the boys to kind of, because you want sons. You're raising men.
Raising men. Yes, so, good men.
So what are some things you do to make sure you're raising good men, not just people,
not
good
just
men?
People, yes. I guess one of the main things I like to focus on, like just self-consciously, is for them to be confident. Because I feel like growing up, I always second-guessed every decision I made. Just because I wasn't confident in my decision making. So I feel like with them, I want them to be confident. And I want them to be independent in their thinking and everything they do. I don't want them to have to depend on somebody else to make decisions for them. I want them to be confident and independent and deciding whatever it is that they want. And not only that, I don't want to influence my thoughts and what I want to them. I don't want them to do something because, this is what mom says to do. This is the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Of course, like they're going to we're teaching them morals and stuff, but like things, I really want them to pursue things they want to do. And that brings so much happiness to them and passion to them. Because I feel like I'm doing that now as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, what do I love to do? What sparks, fire, interest in me now? And I'm like, wow, why can't I just teach them now so they know it when they're young, So that's one of the main things. And also to be men, to be men, to take care of, their families and to be the man of the house. Because like growing up, I didn't really have that, like a masculine figure. It was just my mom. So I grew up with a very feminine figure, and I always thought, women can do it all. We don't need a man. You know what I mean? But now that I'm growing up, I'm like, no, you need a masculine figure in your life. You need, like, kids need their dads,
Just like kids need their moms.
Yes, just like kids need their moms. But not only that, like, they get so much from from their dads that they will not get from their moms, regardless if she's masculine or not. So I'm like, wow, I'm just learning that, like, Manouti is teaching them a lot of things that I couldn't teach them, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, oh, like, be careful. I'm real, like, I'm feminine, but I'm like, I don't know, like, yes, feminine. And Manauti's more of like, he laughs at stuff that they do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't laugh. That's mean. But now I'm like, no, they need to learn that sense of humor. And it's okay to fall. And dad's going to do pranks on you. And it's okay. Like, just whatever. Let it roll off your shoulders, To whereas I didn't grow up like that,
Right.
And I feel like that's important. That's important to have. So, I don't know, just learning the roles that me and Manouti have. And us teaching them different things, of course. And then
Is
we'll
that
see
one
how
of
they
the
turn out.
Is that one of the things that attracted you to Manouti? Was his masculinity?
Masculinity. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time, but yeah. And not only that, I loved that Manouti.
You would mic a little closer.
Oh, or I should just get closer.
Towards you.
Okay. With Manouti, what attracted me to Manouti is that Manouti didn't care what people thought about him, and I feel like that was amazing because, like, I wouldn't date, but like guys liked me that were very conceited and like into themselves and what they look like. And like when I met Manouti, he was like, whatever, like go with the flow. He didn't care what anybody thought about him. Like if he was wearing matching clothes, he was wearing matching clothes. If he wasn't, then he wasn't, And I feel like that is such a virtue, to not care what people think, You just live your life, do what you like, He's very confident. And then his masculinity. Now I tell him, I'm like, babe, I'm with you because I know if like danger's gonna get us, you will get in the way and you'll fight them and you'll kill them. Like, I feel so safe with you. Like, you'll really like take care of us, you know, protect us from any harm. And he's just like, really? And I was like, yeah, that's right. I have you and Tucker.
You know, for a second I thought he was gonna say something like, "Are you kidding me, babe? I'm way faster than you are." You and the kids, I can outrun everybody in this family.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. He always jokes like this. Like, I'm just gonna trip you guys. I'm gonna run. I'm like, whatever. Shut up. No, Manaudi would literally like keep us from harm, and I love that. You know what I mean? I feel safe with him and Tucker.
So you know what's the trip? So how old are you now?
I'm
You don't want me
30.
asking.
I was gonna say 29.
When did you turn 30? Oh, last
A
weekend.
week ago.
So you're 30, and you just learned
I'm so sad.
something totally new. Something totally new to your life that totally changed your life and your perspective on a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Was that you got a dog.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's
and
weird.
you've lived your whole life hating dogs.
Yeah, scared of dogs.
Scared of dogs. Terrified.
Terrified, yes.
Even though I've always grown up with dogs. My dad's always had dogs.
You
We
guys
always had dogs. So
dogs.
it's something that I've innately just been used to.
Yeah.
And at 30 years, were taught this lesson
It's so weird.
about the relationship between man and a dog.
Yes.
It's a trip, right?
It's the weirdest thing. I was so scared of dogs. I never trusted dogs. I never trusted any animal. I'm going to be very honest. I don't trust any animal but Tucker and Hoagie. And maybe George.
Maybe George. Hercules now.
Well, now, yes, I trust Hercules now, but before he was crazy.
My parents' dogs, yes.
Yes. But, like, I don't know. I always thought animals were going to have, like, a trigger or just snap one of these days on anything that you would do, and they're just going to bite you and attack you. Like, I always had that in the back of my head. Because I think Ileana had, like...
She had the boxers.
Yes, they were good. But before that, like, when she was little, she was riding her bike, and a dog, like, bit her butt cheek.
Oh, really?
Yes, and they had to rush her to, like, the emergency room. I don't know if she got stitches, but I always remember that story, and I was like, oh my gosh, dogs are evil. Dogs are evil. They're gonna bite you. Like, I cannot trust any dog, you know? So I always had that in my head. Always. And then, yeah, we were around Kasha's dog, Chief, and he was like, I mean, he's just a little bit encimoso, but he's, like, super chill.
You get so excited to see that
Yes.
he pees on your foot on accident.
Yes. Or he'll just
Out
bump
of
into you.
love.
Yeah.
He's a good dog.
Yeah, he's a really good dog. And
Black
so I
lab,
was like,
yeah.
okay, he is a good dog, you know? And then we got Tucker, and I was like, oh, heck no. I don't want a dog.
Tucker was a fight and a half with you. Just every conversation I had with you, you were immovable.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I was totally
like,
against
Paige,
it.
just a damn dog. Just pet him and give him kisses, and he's gonna pet you and give you kisses back. He's a good dog, you know. You're like, no, he's gonna stay outside. I was like, well, first of all, I'll tell you right now, he's a husky, and it gets too hot, so he
Yes.
needs to be inside.
Yes.
Like, no, he'd be fine.
Yeah,
what
no,
happened?
I was totally against it. I was like, he sheds, he's a dog, he's going to attack me when I'm not looking, and he's going to eat me.
Uh-huh.
Clearly, he didn't. But it took me like 2 months to pet him, finally, because I just wasn't about it. And not only that, I like that the kids loved him. They would roll around with him. They weren't scared of him. So that made me, like, put me at ease to, like, okay, he's not going to bite me.
Mhm.
He's not evil.
Yeah.
And then, like, he listened so well, like, to commands, and he is just such a really, really good dog.
Well, Manati's good with dogs, right?
Oh, yeah, Manaudi grew up with dogs like, they had more than 3 dogs, like, his whole life.
So he'll keep the dog from misbehaving.
Yeah.
He'll be the disciplinary for the dog.
Oh, yeah, Manaudi's totally the disciplinary, but I feel like in the beginning, he listened to me more. I don't know why, if it's because I'm a female and he's
Maybe.
a male, but it took Manaudi a little bit. He had to adjust to Manaudi a little bit to listen to him. But with me, it was like, no, don't jump on me. And he never jumped on me.
Yeah, you demanded that respect right away.
Yeah, and I was always like, nope, I'm not playing. Don't jump on me. Don't lick me.
Yeah, and it's interesting now that you've gotten a dog and you kind of see how dogs are. They're not just
so
like
awesome.
they're like they're awesome, but they're also that thing where dogs demand respect, just like we do.
Oh yes.
They're not just like, you can't just do whatever you want to a
No,
dog.
heck no.
You have to respect the dog.
Yes.
You have to feed the dog. And then also there's lessons that the dog knows who's feeding him.
Oh, yeah.
So that's who the dog respects more.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's who the dog listens to more. You have to set boundaries with the dog.
Yes.
Or else the dog will get out of control. The dogs like boundaries. Dog likes discipline.
Yes.
Dogs like schedules.
Yes.
Dogs like that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's an interesting thing learning that. And
Oh,
you're going
yeah.
like, oh, okay, so these isn't just like some some beast. This
no.
is like, they're almost like a sentient being. And so
Oh,
they
yeah.
demand that kind of respect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
feel that too. I'm like, I don't want to have any. I feel like dogs can feel vibes.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'm huge on that. So I never, like, of course I didn't want him, but I never, like, hated him because I didn't want him to feel those vibes from me.
Mhm.
So I was just like, dang dog, fine, we'll keep him, whatever. But now I never, like, hit him or anything. Like, I've never done that because I just feel like that's just not good. That's not respect for the dog, like you said. And I just feel like they'll remember that and they feel that. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna treat him right, you know. It's like kids too. Like, kids can feel that stuff too.
Yeah, so how was so that's interesting. I was like, I'm thinking about you lived your whole life without a dog.
That is weird.
And so
Yeah.
how do you feel about it now?
So now, in the beginning, when we were deciding, remember before we got Tucker, we bought everything like 2 months before he came into our life.
You're gonna buy a
for a dog.
$2,000 fucking puppy.
Yes, I really wanted a Labradoodle, and I still want
You
one.
and everybody else.
Yes, they're so
You wanted
cute.
your Labradoodle
No.
and
Now
your
I
Jeep.
want. Shut up.
Well,
I wanted
drinking
what
your
is it? A
Starbucks.
shepherd dog. They're those dogs that are on The Little Mermaid, the gray and white dogs.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
those are beautiful. We saw one in real life, dude. I
They're
want
expensive.
them. Yes, they're beautiful though. Anywho, they're really good dogs too. Anywho, so we wanted a dog, and of course we're not billionaires, so we couldn't afford a $3,000, $2,000 dog, and I was really sad. So I didn't want any other dog. Aiden wanted a pug. He wanted a little dog, and I was like, pugs are freaking ugly. Like, that is disgusting.
Yo, that's so Aiden.
Dude,
That's
right?
so
He's
Aiden,
like, I want a
yes.
pug because this YouTuber has them, and they're so cute, Mom. And I'm like, oh
And
my
Owen's just
God.
like, I want an elephant. I want a
Dude,
giraffe. And a
Owen
shark.
wanted a big dog, like Chief, you know,
Yeah.
a lab or something, because Owen just likes big dogs. And of course, and the Manouty wanted a dog that he can run with, a big dog. So we were all on different levels, clearly. And I finally was like, you know what, fine, we'll just get a little dog. We'll get a pug, a little dog, because they're easy to maintain. They're small, like they can
Pugs
be
aren't easy
inside.
to maintain.
I know. And so I was like, we'll just, whatever. And so we never could agree on a small dog because Manouty didn't want a small dog. And so we're all on different levels again, of course. We went to all the animal shelters. Anywho. And then Tucker comes into our life, and I'm like, oh no, that's a big dog. And he sheds. Nope, I don't want to do it.
Very handsome though.
Yes. And that's one thing that got me. I was like, dude, he's so cute. Like, and his fur is just so beautiful. And anywho, no. I was like, nope, I don't want it. Anyways. Now that we have Tucker 6 months later, or 5 months later, I am so glad we have a big dog. I am so glad. I would not have survived with a small dog. I see small dogs now and I'm like, man, they're annoying.
Yeah, it's
Small
a difference.
dogs are
Yeah,
so annoying.
it's just like this mass, right?
Yes.
It's just like that's 100. It's an 85-pound dog.
Yes.
Out of respect, he doesn't kill me. You know.
Yeah.
And also out of respect, he'll kill anybody for me.
Yes.
Yeah, dogs are great, man.
Dude, dogs are great. That's Aiden Owen the other day, just yesterday. He was like, Mom, because he saw cats. Like, he got a little cat toy in his Happy Meal. And he's like, Mom, this is a cat. And I was like, yes, puppy. And I was like, do you like cats? He's like, no, Mom, I don't like cats. I like dogs. So we don't like cats, Mom.
Yeah.
It was just funny how you do. I've heard that saying, oh, I'm a cat lady, or I'm a cat person. I'm not a dog person. I've heard that, and I'm like, what do they mean? And now I totally know. We're definitely dog people.
Well, I tell you this, from the start, since day one, you were a dog person.
I think
On the
so.
inside.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I would
It was
never
just
own
a
a
closed
cat.
door somewhere in your head, and Tucker helped you open the door.
Yes.
Open this big, beautiful room.
Yeah.
Where there's treats everywhere, and it's kind of stinky a little bit.
Just a little bit. Fur, a little bit of fur.
And there's a big bean bag in the corner for cuddles.
Gosh.
You guys, so how's...
We don't cuddle yet.
You don't cuddle yet?
No.
Does he, like, put his... You guys sit, like, lay down next to each other?
Yeah, like, I'll sit on the couch, and then he lays, like, right next to me. Or if I'm on the table, he'll, like, lay right next to me on the floor. And I pet him, like, on his head and stuff. But, like, we don't cuddle.
Like
Manouty and the kids cuddle.
One of those pets.
Yeah, he's one of those, like, you're there, you're my homie. I talk to him. We watch The Bachelor together and all kinds of stuff. He's great. He's the only one that watches shows with me.
Yeah, I've always liked like wrestling with my dogs.
Oh no, Manouty does that. I'm like, what are you doing? You're gonna make him aggressive.
Like, no, just getting him comfortable.
That's what Manouty says. He's like, dude, because for a while, ever since the kids went back to school, it's just been me and Tucker at home. So like he's been like making me go take him for runs and walks or whatnot, and then we chill at the house. We watch like my shows and I clean. But he's super chill. Like, he sleeps all day. It's insane. I was like, how in the world do you sleep all day?
It's a trip how they communicate with you, huh?
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing.
And you pick up... So it takes a while, but you pick up... Like, he looks at you plenty.
Yes.
He goes, oh, he wants to go outside.
Yes.
Or he's bored.
Yeah.
Or he's hungry. And Or, like,
yeah.
Hoagies do that. You go, oh. So what's wrong? Want to go outside? You don't want to go outside? Then he won't say nothing. I said, are you hungry? He looks at me, that look, he gives that side eye. I was like, okay, I'll give you a treat, but
oh man,
you gotta behave. Can you behave?
It's so weird.
Like,
and
stop
they
fucking
talk.
with my roommate's cat, you know?
Right? And they talk. I didn't even know huskies talk. Like, they'll say yes or no or good morning or I love you. It's the weirdest thing. So they like really do communicate with you. It's insane. It's insane.
Does he talk to the boys?
We're trying to get him to talk.
So the whole I love you, this and that, they don't say I love you. They make noises.
It sounds like I love you.
Sure, but it's just them making this. So some huskies talk all the fucking time.
That's so crazy.
But it's not like, hey, how's it going? I love you. No, it's more like,
not.
And
or
sometimes
you tell them like, do you want a treat? And they'll go, yes or yes.
Yeah,
no, it's crazy.
Dogs are interesting for sure.
So we're trying to get Tucker to talk.
Especially huskies.
Oh heck yeah, they're the smartest dogs. I feel like. I mean, they're probably smarter, but whatever.
So the smartest breed is poodles.
Oh yes, that's why I want a Labradoodle.
Yeah, poodles and then border collies and German shepherds. You know what the dumbest breed is?
What, pugs?
Dalmatians.
Really?
Yes.
I heard they're very like violent too. Aggressive.
Very aggressive. Have you seen the new movie Matilda or Cruella?
Yes. Oh my god.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
Those vicious. I was like, no wonder if I got attacked by Dalmatians like that, I would wear Dalmatian sweaters.
See, those are the dogs I'm scared
all
of.
the time.
We went to the dog park and there was a Dalmatian and I was like, oh my gosh. And my brother-in-law was like, those are aggressive. And I was like, I know, get Tucker away. And it was just like bumping into everybody, running everywhere crazy. We didn't bite anybody. But I was like, oh my god.
Oh, dog parks are fun. Dog parks.
That was a whole new world for me.
Are a whole other world. And
dude,
you see,
it's the weirdest thing.
Next time you go, try to study how they communicate with each other.
No, they do. They like sniff each other's butts.
Well, not only that, there's a body language thing, the ears. So that, like, you know how we have language, right? So they communicate with body language, and you'll learn this reading your dog's body language is how he communicates with you and how he communicates with the world, how he communicates with other dogs. So there's his facial expressions, his teeth, his ears, his head, the position of the head, his tail, his position of the tail. It's body language. It's not too different from like people when they're submissive or they're dominant.
Yeah.
And the yawning is a form of submission. It's letting you know that they're more comfortable around you. Letting you know that he's not nervous. The ears. So dog comes up to you. If your dog putting his foot on your thigh, it's a little bit once your attention. It's kind of a dominance move.
Huh.
And so it's just one of those things. So it's
interesting.
There's a lot there. There's a lot that you'll learn. I know you're very new to it. It's going to take years to get to the point where you communicate with a dog like he's a person. Not like, hey, how's it going? No, it's just like, you can tell the dog's thinking while looking at him.
Yes.
And then you see dogs, how they interact with each other at the dog park, and it's a trip.
It's a trip.
And then you meet other people with dogs that don't behave.
Oh my gosh.
And you're like,
yes.
that dog's a fucking asshole.
Yes.
That guy's an asshole because his
Oh,
dog's
he
an
needs
asshole.
to go home. Go home.
And I imagine that's how it is with kids, right? You get that one asshole kid in the class.
Yes. Oh yes.
And you know the parents are assholes.
Yeah, we didn't really have much of those interactions with like the bad kids.
No, as a parent.
Oh yeah. Like in a classroom, yes. When you see, yes. But like on playdates and stuff, we were around not very much aggressive kids. Like they were pretty chill.
Are there some examples? So you're a school counselor.
I'm a substitute teacher right now.
Oh, okay. So with the master, so your goal is to be a
School psychologist.
school psychologist.
Yes.
So it would be like a counselor.
It's like I'm learning about the job now that I'm taking the course and stuff, but it's a whole lot of things in one. So sometimes you might be a counselor, but most of the time you're just doing like assessments and assessing kids for their learning disabilities, special ed, or any type of disorder they might have. And to put them into special classes if they need like special classes, extra help, or working with the parent and the teacher just to make that student successful in school. But sometimes you might do counseling. It just depends. Different districts are different. I know some districts have a counselor and a school psychologist, and they have like a social worker too. So it's like everybody has different.
So you can diagnose people with
Learning disabilities.
Learning disabilities.
I can't diagnose them mental disorders. No.
So what would you diagnose me with?
I'm learning. I don't know.
All of a sudden.
I don't know.
So I have dyslexia, ADHD,
Dyslexia,
and then I have a
okay.
behavioral
Disorder?
Yeah, I just don't like to behave.
Okay. And what's the behavioral disorder? It's just behavioral?
Yeah, I say things that I say things to get a rise out of people.
Okay.
I don't and so it's one of those things where obviously it's kind of full of shit because it's just full of shit. It's just more things I'm thinking about myself.
Yeah.
But it's like
Gotcha.
they put me on pills for fucking 6 years.
Oh, for
as
the
a
ADHD,
kid.
right?
ADHD, and that was.
Yeah.
I think I got more damage from the pills than anything else.
Yeah, I don't really believe in the medication. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have to learn how to be in the world without medication. You know, you have to learn the behaviors, the non-wanted behaviors. You have to learn how to control those somewhat in a way. And be stronger in that than just popping a pill and just being calm all the time.
Oh, for sure. And I
know?
feel like there's also a negative connotation when you like tell somebody they have a mental disorder.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell someone they have borderline personality disorder,
Yeah.
they have anxiety, depression. They kind of, it can like, what's the word I'm looking for? It can just grow. Like if they're focusing on it and they tell themselves, "Oh, it's okay. I can behave this way because I have this.
Because I have this. Yes.
I have this. Blah blah blah. I have this."
Yes.
And like I definitely learned that when I was like, kind of get to know myself. I was like, dude, I think I'm crazy.
You're not crazy.
I think I'm like, internally.
Yeah.
I think there's like a little nutty there. And the more I would tell myself that, the worse I would get.
Yes.
I was
Because you're
like, holy
focusing
fuck.
on it.
Like I'm getting bad. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe just the thought of trying to tell myself I'm crazy
Yeah.
totally is convincing myself and making myself more crazy. And I definitely, I mean, I don't want to speak for anybody with anxiety or anything like that, but I have anxiety, and I'm also a performer. And so my anxiety was a lot worse before I started performing. So you just have to, I feel like for me personally, because it's hard to speak for anybody else, 'cause I don't know what the fuck anybody else is going through.
Yeah, everybody is on
but it's
their
just
own
like
level.
you have to push yourself. Part of this here, this experiment, this podcast, is for me to learn how to be better in conversations. Because I'm bad at conversations.
I need to do that too.
Yeah, so this is a way for me to focus down on a conversation, have a conversation with somebody like you, record it, listen to it, be like, okay, I cut her off here. I was rude.
Gotcha.
She was talking about something, and I turned it around and made it about myself.
That's one thing I'm like, okay, I need to not do that.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's
awesome.
Trying to, you have to push yourself. You have to,
Yeah.
everything in your life that fucking sucks that you're bad at,
Yeah.
That only means you're bad at it now. So you gotta fucking push yourself.
Yes.
You gotta do everything required to overcome. Because I feel like everything, they're just hurdles. They're just
Your whole
obstacles
life,
put on
yes.
you that are gonna be difficult, or they're gonna make it easier.
Yes.
Or whatever the fuck. You just need to also having an easy life is a hurdle as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a friend. When everything's kind of goes south, he kind of blows up.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't really handle it well.
Mm-hmm.
He or she doesn't handle it well. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, that's one thing I'm trying to teach the boys, like Aiden, because he doesn't like when he can't accomplish something, or he's not good at something, or he gets like a low score or something, and I'm trying to teach him, like, it's okay. You're not going to be perfect, you know, like you're going to, sometimes things are not going to go right. They're not going to go perfect, and that is okay. Let's channel that energy to something else versus just bursting out or getting mad and upset and angry, you know. And it's the hardest thing in the world, but we're getting there, you know. So that's like, it's hard. And I feel like if I teach him now that he's young, he'll be okay and successful when he's older, you know. I mean, not perfect, because he's still going to struggle, but at least he'll have the tools now to deal with it throughout his life, you know.
Right. Overcoming adversity in self.
Oh yeah.
That's the worst adversity you ever face. It's the stuff that you tell yourself in your head.
Oh,
that's the most difficult, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Being a parent's weird, huh?
It is super weird. It's not easy at all whatsoever. You're always facing something challenging, like, all the time, and you're learning how to, like, sculpt and like mold these little humans to be good humans, you know, and you don't even know how the heck they're gonna turn out.
Not
you just gotta try your best.
Right? Men are complex.
Yes. I'm like, I mean, it was fun, like, when they were younger. It still is, you know. I feel like boys are a lot easier to raise than girls. That's just my personal opinion.
Right, as boys.
Yes, as boys, but it's hard to teach them all these little lessons, you know, that they're gonna need.
You want good men.
Yes.
You want men that are gonna be successful and able to find a good woman and be good parents.
Woman, I hope and I pray.
Yeah.
I just hope they find somebody that's just as goal oriented as them, if they are, and I really pray and hope they are, and as independent as them, you know.
Right.
Like, well, who knows? I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and I don't want them to get married till they're 40. So
part of this that I've done before, and this is probably one of the things we close on, is if God forbid something happened to you, God forbid, knock on wood. We're knocking on all the woods in the room, yes. What's something, a message or advice you would want people to hear after, God forbid, you something happens?
Yeah.
We all, lesson I learned with the Rosie, man, you can just go in 10 days.
I know. Rest in peace, Rosie. Life is so short. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What would you want to tell your boys?
What would I want to tell them? What would I want to tell them? That I love them more than anything in this world, and to do what they love. Never stop doing what you love to do. That never stop doing that thing that sparks joy and that fire in you, you know. And I tell them this every night. You can do anything you set your mind to. Anything. Sky's the limit. Even if it might sound silly to others, it doesn't matter. You could do anything you set your mind to. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I'm super nervous.
Why are you super nervous?
I don't know.
You've gone almost 2 hours with totally being done with the flow.
Shut up.
That's pretty good, right?
Dude, yes.
That flew by like nothing.
I was waiting for you to say, okay, we're going to do serious now. Like, we're not practicing anymore.
It's a cool trick, right?
You're such a butthead. I know. I was like, oh my gosh, I think he lied to me about that whole practice 30-minute thing.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I knew you were nervous, and I knew that was probably the best way to get right past it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I kind of did it for you. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I needed that. I like this. This is pretty cool. I like it.
You like this? This is cool, right?
Yes, dude. This is super cool. I was super nervous, but then after a while, I was like, what else? Like, it was just like a conversation.
Well, the conversation itself was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the mics do one thing where they, like, Okay, well, let's focus on the conversation.
Yes.
Let's. I'm trying to get to know you better. You try to
Yeah.
get to know me better. Paige, I love you very much.
I love you too, Xavier.
Yes. You don't
And I
know.
want to say I'm so proud of you because
Thank
you're
you.
doing everything that you love to do. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
And don't follow anybody's this like what society, oh, you have to do this now, you have to get married and it's like
Your
no,
guide to
dude.
life. Yeah.
Yes, just do what you love to do. And you're doing it. Like that's awesome. That
Yeah.
is so awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
So keep doing what you
Thank
love to
you.
do. Don't listen to nobody. You're not on any some sort of timeline. Dude,
So-
just do you.
One of the reasons why you're one of the first people I
Mhm.
consider to do this with is because, I mean, you know this, right? You're kind of like my older sister.
Oh, yes.
I've always seen you as Paige, my older sister.
Aw, I love you.
You and Frankie, because you guys are always around.
Yes.
I remember you're always. It was always like the three of us. I remember growing up, me and Alyssa,
Yes.
me and Alyssa all the time.
Yes. Yes, I love you. I love you and your sisters and your brother. You guys, yeah, we all grew up together. Like, we were so close.
I'm very happy
We
to
still
see.
are close.
I'm very happy to see the kind of person you are.
Oh, I'm so happy to
You're
see
very,
the person you
you're a
are.
very beautiful, warm, loving
I
person,
stinking love
inside
you.
and out.
My kids are back to
You're
different.
a hell of a mom, because you're very conscientious about being a
Mhm.
mom. So you're like
Aw.
the fact that you want to be a good mom.
Yeah.
Puts you head and shoulders above the rest.
Aww.
You have beautiful
you're so
sons,
sweet.
beautiful family. I like your husband. I love your husband,
Oh man.
and I appreciate you doing this with me.
Oh, I love you. And you're awesome. And your successes are my successes. And I mean that when I say it.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I'm literally so proud of you. All that you're doing, because you're doing what you love, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and you're happy. Like, you're truly happy with it. And I love that.
Well, I'm truly happy in the sense of
You're learning.
I'm learning how to be happy.
Yes. And that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because
So I
some
don't know how
people
to be
don't
happy
even care about that.
yet. Yeah.
So I
Lives
love
require
you.
desperation. I love you too,
And
Paige.
you are awesome. And I just-
So I guess we'll finish up on one last thing.
Okay.
What do you want for yourself in these years to come?
in these years to come.
More kids?
I don't know.
Andrew's having a little girl.
I know. I'm so excited. Dude, I was shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was
wasn't
shocked.
I was like, all the shit he's talking. He's just like, I had him on here, and he's like, let's tell the people what's going on first. Logistically speaking, I did the mathifications. I did the mathifications, and according to my calculamications, I'm gonna have a little boy. And I was just like, all this shit he was talking about.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, I wanted them to have a girl, but then I thought, no, dude, it's going to be a boy because he keeps talking about it. Nope. I'm so
No.
glad they're having a girl, though. That's exciting.
Dude, Aubrey and Kasha look so
They were
ecstatic to have a little girl.
excited. It's perfect. Like, I told Minouty, Kasha and her sister are really close, and so it's like it's only perfect for her to have another girl, so Aubrey and her little sister can be close like Kasha and her sister.
Yeah, and you know what, I was on the other side of that coin where Andrew's like, so many people had boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, then what are the odds that
Exactly.
the coin is gonna keep landing on heads?
Exactly. When they found out they were pregnant, I said, it's your guys' turn to have the girl. You guys are gonna have the girl because everybody has
Who?
boys. When Kasha and Andrew found out they were pregnant,
Oh,
I told them, like, you guys are having the girl because we've all had boys after Miley, you know? And I was like, you guys are gonna have the girl. And Kasha's like, yep, it's perfect. It's gonna be it. We're gonna have the girl. And we're finally gonna give Sylvia her granddaughter. And I was like, dude, yes. And Andrew was like, he was for it. And then after a while, I guess he really thought about it. He's like, nah, I want a boy. It's a boy. I'm like, what the heck?
yeah.
But it's a girl, dude. Yeah.
So, you guys gonna have more kids?
If God wants us to, I mean,
My parents didn't have Diego like 8 years after Alyssa was born, or 6 years after Alyssa was
that's
born.
right.
Or 8 years, yeah.
That is so true.
And then Emily came a year later.
And then Emily came a year later.
So
That
it could
is
be.
so true.
You want to wait 10 years?
I don't think so.
No, you don't. Want, so if you're better off starting now.
Just
when
do
you
it
get
now.
home right now.
Get it
Just
over with.
Get it over with. Just start
Just
trying.
get it over with.
Back
Do
to
it
the
right
house
now. We'll see. I mean, if God permits, then yes, we'll, but I don't know. I'm kind of good with my two boys. Because then I'm like, I have to start over again. I don't know if I want to do that. But
That's
I don't know.
true.
We'll see. If God wants. If not, then, I mean, I'll just finish the master's program and start my career finally. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
But exciting. Like, I don't know. I feel like, in a sense, I feel like it's my turn to finally start my career. You know what I mean? And work and stuff. Because I feel like a lot of my time was, spent on the kids. Of course, I was going to school at the same time. But I feel like I like emphasize most of my energy and time on the kids because I wanted to be like the stay-at-home mom and be there for them because I didn't want anybody else to raise them. So I feel like now that they're in school, it's like, okay, it's time for me to pursue my career. And that sounds so scary to say, but I gotta work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working, I've been subbing, but it's finally something that's gonna be till God knows when, till I retire. Hopefully, not till I'm 60 something.
We're gonna get old, man.
Dude, I feel it.
If we're lucky.
I gotta take
We're
my
lucky, we're gonna get
multivitamins.
old.
I gotta take my fiber. Like, geez Louise. I gotta do my stretches.
We're making fun of Alyssa. There's that show Palm that's on Netflix. It's just like an old lady show, right? And then one of the ladies really reminded us of Alyssa.
Oh my gosh. You guys leave her
I
alone.
was like, yo, dude, you're secretly 75
Shut up.
on the inside.
No, she's not. Shut up. She's not. I love hanging out with Alyssa and Emily.
For sure.
Dude, they're awesome.
I was thinking about
love
having
it.
Alyssa on.
Dude, you should have Alyssa next. Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
I have a full weekend.
You guys will be fighting the whole time.
I'm recording tomorrow, and then next week I'm having two people on next week.
That's exciting.
So I'm doing almost two a weekend.
Dude, that's good. You should totally.
I was supposed to do two last
You
weekend.
should interview your dad.
I'm building up to it.
Oh, tell him just to be himself.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have tough questions. You know?
Yeah. Tell him.
Like,
Oh my gosh, that'd be a good one.
What's with the mustache? Why do you have a mustache?
So first of all, don't use that language.
How long did you take you to grow the mustache? That's gonna be the whole
Those are tough
interview is just gonna
questions,
be about
you're
his
right.
mustache. He's gonna be like, well, let's talk about other stuff. Like, nope, I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
First of all, don't use that language in my house.
Oh my, I know, right?
Yeah.
Keep your clothes on.
You know, he yelled at me yesterday.
That was so funny.
That I didn't wear my shirt during the Zoom call, but I was like, I'm not going shoulders down or nipples up. It's all nipples up, Dad. I think that's what it says. Dad, it's nipples up. It's
Oh
fine.
man, that's funny.
I'm gonna have my dad, and then I was thinking about possibly doing a little grandma Ella and having someone translate.
Oh, that would be
Like
cool.
with 3 people.
Grandma has some stories, dude.
I know, and
Like
I don't
some
want
good
to
stories.
wait, too long.
Yeah, that would be a great one too. Grandpa has some stories too, but
And then I want to do one with my grandma Rosie,
oh yeah,
because I realized I don't really know much about her past.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
That would be awesome. That would be fun. Oh,
maybe Juan.
Oh, I know. That would be a good one too.
He's got an interesting perspective. He has to.
Definitely, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, well, so you see
All right.
yourself 2 more kids,
We'll see.
8 more dogs
8 more dogs. No.
in a
maybe one
mansion up on the hill.
more. I've always wanted a mansion, but now I'm like, I want to pay my house off. If I get a mansion, that's another loan. No. I want to pay my house off. That's my goal.
Yeah. Well, Paige, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
I love you too.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. Today
Love
is
you.
September 4th, 2021. And it's kind of a warm day today. It's going to be a warm afternoon.
know.
It's Memorial Weekend, so we got a full weekend ahead of us. So whoever's listening, I don't know why you would. Say this is from me to me, a big dog. I hope you're doing all right. I love you. Take care of yourself, and I hope you figure things out. Me to nobody else. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Toodles.